casting, its management staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome in to the program. Thank God for another beautiful day. Truly is a beautiful day, and hopefully a good show here. We have breaking news with Byron Shee and Eddie Bader here in the studio. I'm going to start calling Eddie a wiggle worm, by the way, because he can't just stay put in a camera shot. I don't understand what it is.
Joey, you ever heard of the drug Ritalin?
Yes.
All right,
You put on it as a child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That explains it.
He's got his in his pants.
But breaking news, folks. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General,
Yes, Joey.
has been fired.
Fired.
Cabinet official teed up his replacement. It'll be who's been acting as the assistant AG. Todd Blanche will become the interim AG. Of course, you know, you fire Pam Bondi, she really started to fall out of grace, especially after the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Which was a slow-motion crash over several months, if not a year. Remember the first tranche with the binders, and they gave it to all the influencers?
Yeah, that was the big oof.
But the problem is Todd Blanche is as much the face of the whole Epstein rollout as Pam is.
And the worst face between the two, to be honest.
Yeah.
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 So that just came down. Reportedly, he's already fired Pam Bondi. There were rumors he would do it this morning, but it's just happening. Bondi met with Trump in the Oval Office last night ahead of his speech to the nation on the war in Iran, where she reportedly was informed of her ouster. One of those sources, feeding this to Fox News, said that by the time Trump took his place behind the podium for the address, Bondi had already lost her job and was on her way back to Florida. Trump is reportedly considering replacing Bondi with Lee Zeldin, but we're now just getting word right now that the acting interim AG will be Todd Blanche. So it could be Zeldin, because you got to get an AG confirmed by the United States Senate.
Okay.
So Zeldin might very well be the right pick, right man for the job in that regard. I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think? I mean,
I think this is good. Like, of the folks, Nome was kind of weak, and Bondi's been kind of weak. Now, I think also Howard Lutnick needs to be told to go away. Yeah. Howard, you can still do work for me behind the scenes stuff. Stop it.
To stay out
like when I saw him on camera in the Oval doing the whole post office rollout, securing the mail-in ballots, I'm like, no. I know you've known each other for 30 years, but get off the stage, man. After you caught in that lie with the Epstein stuff.
So do you think with her, though, do you think he gave her the option to step down and she didn't, so he had to fire
her? Perhaps.
I kind of think so.
Instead of her putting in a resignation, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I asked before the show, did y'all see the report about him pegging the advisors to see if he needed to get rid of Tulsi? So I'm kind of questioning whether someone had to be fired and they just kind of took an honest assessment of the most likely, and she's
definitely the most likely. Yeah.
When asked about the alleged meetings in Bondi's ouster, a White House source stopped short of confirming the information, but relayed it was not cold. The alleged ouster follows a recent New York Times report detailing that Trump was preparing to replace Bondi with Zeldin as the president had become increasingly dissatisfied with her performance in the role. So we'll see. Trump, of course, lately he's been firing people with a little more grace. You remember when he got rid of Steve Bannon?
Yeah.
Sloppy Steve, can't do anything.
If he
he's still going to be like wonderful person. Did the same thing with Kristi Noem.
Yeah, but you don't think the what was going on behind the scenes with Noem's husband had anything to do with that?
I think that was just the cherry on top, the kick in the ass out the door. Pardon me. I think it had much more to do with her performance in public after what happened in Minnesota.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a leak now from inside someone's camp to try to deflect or distract from Pam.
It could very well be. You never know with like the leak game, folks. It really is there's a lot of motivations and different things that might be at play. Now, these particular sources sound like people actually in the White House that just want it to be out there in the news to get the news coverage ready. They often will soften the ground and prepare things in that way.
So you have any sympathy for her?
No.
As a person, period? No.
I mean, anybody that goes and takes these jobs, sure. I wanted Matt Gaetz, the crazy man.
Oh, I would have loved
Baby Gaetz.
God, I would have loved that.
That shiny bastard, excuse me, pardon
Count
me.
Dracula. I love that.
Like, he looks like a Batman villain.
I can't think of the last cabinet official that I felt sorry for having to fall on the sword.
Right.
Like you're saying, you know what you're signing up for.
Right, yeah. If I was her friend, I'd be like, that sucks. Like, you want to get
You
a
guys just
drink?
have
And
no
like,
empathy.
are you okay?
And you're on it. And never mind.
Yeah, what?
Nothing.
Oh, you're going to bring up the whole faith thing?
No, I didn't bring
You're
it
going to
up.
use it as a wedge
I
against
did
me?
not.
No, it's fair.
Hold on,
It's
did he
fair.
go
I'm
there
not
with a grudge?
unaccountable.
I'm not
Did
going
you
there with a grudge.
weaponize your faith against you?
I
Did
think
you
he did.
weaponize your faith?
Are you an accuser?
No. I'm a realtor.
He's a card-carrying Democrat.
How dare you question me? I know everything now. Yeah, right.
That's right. I forgot.
No, I think the point is I know nothing, man. We know nothing. We all fall short in that regard. But yeah, I'm not surprised by it. I think it's a little late in the game, and maybe Trump waited.
Too long.
Well, no, but maybe he waited so it wasn't like him reacting to bad news.
Oh.
But that was the moment, especially with the Epstein stuff. What a crazy rollout. And then also you look at like how much the Trump administration's been caught up in the courts. And also look at with Homeland Security and Christine Ohm, how there's a big fight, and we got a story today from Politico within the Trump teams about what they're going to do with mass deportations. Are we doing it? Are we not doing it? And part of me's like, most of the deportations are coming from red states like Texas and Florida. But why have you not gone after like the hospitality industry and construction and ag because we rely on those folks. That's interesting, Mr. President.
Well, not only that. I mean, what's he made his money off of? The hospitality
Hospitality and construction, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of questions to be asked about why exactly right now and how long will it take to actually get Lee Zeldin through the United States Senate. Now, with that slim majority,
Good luck.
they got through Mark Wayne Mullen despite Rand Paul's best efforts.
Oh, come on.
That was just
He wasn't
fun.
even a speed bump.
That was just fun to watch.
Oh, no, I think Rand was personally hates the man. Like, you cheered for my, being beat up. Like, screw you, buddy. And, of course, Rand wasn't ever going to stop him, but he made it entertaining.
I thought it might be like a Burr-Hamilton moment there, kind of percolating for a second.
Yeah.
That was real beef.
It's just, by the way, yesterday, Trump held this Easter lunch. And he, at one point, read something that was definitely clearly written, like all things for most all presidents. And it was essentially just laying out the passion of Christ and his cross, his death, his resurrection. Mm-hmm. And it was beautifully stated, beautifully written. Trump said it well. But then there were little moments, like as he got into it, and I guess we could play the clips here. He started talking about Palm Sunday. They invite the king, the people of Jerusalem welcoming the king. And can you believe they're calling me a king? Oh, no. I'm not a king. I can't even get a ballroom done. Anyway, back to the story of Jesus. It's like...
I want one ballroom, data center, fallout
Goodness
shelter.
gracious.
I know he don't drink, but he's like that drunk uncle that just won't shut up sometimes at Thanksgiving
Right.
where he just keeps going.
Right. Well, and then also, I noticed like Eric Metaxas came out and is like in all caps and shared the clip. Well, I'll play. Trump preaches the gospel. And then a few hours later, we're going to bomb Iran into the Stone Ages, as they say, over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And it's like, there's a
say they're already
disconnect
there.
here. There's a slight disconnect here. Anyway, I continue to pray for peace, and hopefully things will tighten up there. But you're already seeing more and more strikes. Apparently, U.S.-Israeli strikes on this major Iranian bridge. Mm-hmm. Trump mocking it.
It's a pretty bridge.
Bridge
Not
is
no
coming
more.
down.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down. But then Iran apparently attacked a Amazon data center in the Middle East. In Bahrain, the cloud
Bahrain?
facility. Bahrain. Mm-hmm. Is it French? No. I don't know. They keep
be.
changing the names. Like, remember it was Qatar?
I thought it was Qatar.
Qatar, yeah.
I'll always
Or
say
Qatar.
Qatar is
Qatar.
anti-mosquito stuff you put on. That's Cutter.
Or it's somebody who's very depressed and needs psychological help and prayer.
Oh, yes. Yes. I've met a few of those as well.
I think I dated one or two of them.
Yeah, that's an old Norm Macdonald joke. My son says, he's a cutter now. He said he cuts himself because there's the only way he can feel. And I told him, why don't you be like the rest of us and feel nothing?
Exactly.
Rubs and dirt.
Lexapro.
So, how about this? This is Trump preaching the gospel. And it is beautifully written, well said. And there were a lot of great prayers offered up with the Religious Commission. There was one point where the head of the commission compared Trump directly to Jesus, and I was like, yeah, it's a bit much for me. A little bit much. Pump the brakes there. Like, there's one true king. Anyway, here is what Trump had to say, in particular talking about today, Holy Thursday, and Good Friday, as we enter into the height of Holy Week and the liturgical calendar. But here is the President of the United States yesterday.
On Good Friday, the Son of God was nailed to the cross, crucified, and he died for all of us. It was a day of darkness, but it wasn't the end. By any means, it was not the end. On Easter Sunday, the stone was rolled away and the grave was empty. Christians everywhere rejoiced, and we continue to rejoice. Easter is one of the incredible days. It was the miracle in all of history, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. It was the great miracle, I guess, right?
Amen.
He told his followers, I am with you always, even to the end of the age, because of the events of Holy Week 20 centuries ago. People from every nation, language, and background can take on any difficulty, press through any trial, and endure any hardship. With Christ, not one thing can separate humanity from the powers of God's everlasting love. Across the generations, what happened on Easter has inspired his followers to love one another, to forgive, to do works of charity, and build the beautiful churches. And we have some of the most beautiful buildings in the world. To me, churches, I love great architecture, and we have some of the most beautiful churches. Christians have opened schools, ministries, and hospitals on every continent to teach care and heal those in need, and they do it with love, and they do it with great affection.
And again, I thought that was well written, well stated. Here is Trump, though, talking about the entry as we celebrated this past week in Palm Sunday, and the moment I just characterized. And, well, it's classic Trump. It's kind of, he can't not be himself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, in any setting, he just is going to be
Trump.
The same Donald that people have gotten to know.
That's what you want, right? You want that consistency.
No, I think that's what's won him over, won over so many folks. Mm-hmm. Let's listen in.
On Palm Sunday, Jesus entered Jerusalem as crowds welcomed him with praise, honoring him as king. They call me king now, do you believe it? No king. I'm such a king, I can't get a ballroom approved. It's pretty amazing, right? I'm a king. If I was a king, we'd be doing a lot more. I'm doing a lot, but I could be doing a lot more if I was a king.
Anyway, back to Palm Sunday. And then he kept going. He was definitely in a good mood yesterday. And so he previewed after, being prayed over, literally laying on of hands on him, and asking, for intercession that he might have the true righteousness and strength and that grace will fall upon him, all these things. He mentioned that he's going to give a speech, which happened last night. But here's how the president characterized his speech.
And tonight I'm making a little speech at 9 o'clock. And basically I'm going to tell everybody how great I am. What a great job I've done. What a phenomenal job. What a phenomenal job I've done.
That last line.
I don't think I've seen him in this good of a mood since 2 weeks before the election.
Right, and maybe, again, he knows something maybe we don't.
Yeah.
And then he kept going. I've got example after example after example. And again, this was a private Easter lunch. Strangely, after live streaming it, the White House took down the video.
Interesting.
So I was like, why?
Interesting.
Might have had something to do with that comparison that was made by one of the preachers. But
I don't understand why people do that. It never goes over well.
But here is Trump talking about his vice president.
The White House, including Vice President J.D. Vance. I think J.D. is J.D. here? Where is J.D.? Oh, J.D. He's lost weight. He got a little thinner, and I'm looking for a heavy set gentleman, and now I find a perfect looking specimen.
You might be looking at me.
And he's doing a great job.
And now that you know the punchline, look at how he winds it up.
The White House, including Vice President J.D. Vance. I think J.D. is J.D. here? Where is J.D.? Oh, J.D. He's lost weight. He got a little thinner, and I'm looking for a heavy set gentleman, and now I find a perfect looking specimen.
And then at another point, he's looking around the room, and he notices that Erica Kirk is sitting at one of the tables at this private Easter lunch.
Okay.
And again, he can't help himself because he is just always Trump all the time. You know, maybe he does modulate a little in public.
Yeah.
I had a feeling he's got quite the potty mouth behind the scenes.
You know he does.
But here is Trump reacting in real time, seeing Erica Kirk right there in front of him at a table.
A thing called Happy Easter. Do we have that? Everyone happy? Anybody that doesn't want, hello, darling. Wow, this is a good table. I like that table. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but, you know. Well, I told her, you ought to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erica. I said, you ought to sue their... I can say it. You're not allowed to say this. You have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
God bless America, truly. We need it in many ways. It's hard to beat Trump. He is always Trump, and no matter the setting. So then later in the day, Trump decided to go and give the big speech. Happened, I guess, at 8 o'clock, something like that last night. And here is some key parts to it. First, this idea of the Strait of Hormuz. Or as we've been talking about, what if we talk about the Straits of Hormuz? What about the gays of Hormuz? But here's Trump talking about the Straits and oil and all this sort of stuff.
The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it.
Wait, what did you get?
What?
I thought there was a Freudian slip at the front side.
I don't know. Is that my headphones?
Did you hear it?
The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat.
And again, folks, if you haven't heard the breaking news this morning, Pam Bondi has been fired.
He's out of there.
By the president. She is no longer going to be the Attorney General of the United States in the interim period. The interim AG will be Todd Blanche. And there are reports that Trump is going to tap the EPA director, former New York Congressman Lee Zeldin, to be the new AG. And hopefully the Senate will be able to push that through quickly. Now, Trump tried to put things in historical perspective about how long this has been going on now.
Okay.
This war with Iran. And actually, it is interesting just to hear these basic facts about how long wars have gone on in American history. And in particular, you start to notice like a huge jump in trend of like when the greatest generation, for instance, just start in the 20th century, when the greatest generation fought wars, how long did it take them?
Years.
But then the next generation, well, let's let the president just lay it out.
In World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat.
Yeah, when you get to that one number, World War I, a year and 7 months and 5 days. World War II, 3 years, 8 months, 25 days. Korean War, 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. Vietnam lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. He left out Afghanistan, which was essentially 20 years. And now we've been at this, and by we, I mean the United States government has been at this for 32 days. So will they be able to pull out? Is he right that the strait will naturally open back up? Because and I get his point, the Iranians are
He's selling it so hard, Joey.
Who was he directing to take us yourselves? Was that the other Arab nations?
Probably the Arabs, China, and the Europeans.
I just don't understand how anybody else is going to hold the strait from Iran when we're not trying to hold the strait.
Yeah, maybe as long as we try, they ain't going to try. I guess is the idea.
Yeah.
But if we can't do it, I don't
case.
think anybody else can.
I think we could do it, but we don't want to.
Right.
Yeah. I think we definitely do it.
Yeah. I know we could.
But, yeah, that's what Trump did yesterday. It was good mood. I thought the speech last night was just like, like he's reselling it and trying to put a button on this thing.
So hard,
and we'll see when the thing's over, and we'll see how it shakes out. But it does sound like a winding down, but then you're saying 2-3 more weeks. You're like, okay, so another month? Let's add another week on top of that.
Remind you of anything else we've recently gone through?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Clint. Hey, Clint, how you doing?
Hey, Clint.
Good day, gentlemen.
What's up?
Hey, watching and listening to the president's address last night.
Yes, sir.
He made one statement, and I'm kind of curious about this. I asked Scott on 1819 News this morning the same question. Now I'm going to ask you.
All right.
The president said, buy oil from America. We have plenty. Okay, if that is the situation, why is gas prices as high as they are?
I agree.
And I mean, the Port of Hormuz has no bearing on us.
Well, the global oil's a global market. So if like a major source of supply is all of a sudden clogged up, and say more and more countries are bidding for American oil, that's going to bid up the price of oil for us.
But the point is, we have plenty of oil. That's
We do.
what the president said.
We do, but we also still sell it on the global market.
Gas prices should be down less than $2 a gallon.
I agree.
Sure, and also
the price of diesel.
There's the supply thing, but I don't think it's strictly that. I think there's also a lot of folks who realize this is a great way to make a quick killing, like a quick few-month killing in terms of their profit margin. So there's a lot of games being played.
You don't
for
think
this.
the president could put his thumb on that just a little bit?
Could, but that could create even more
I think
disruptions
that's
down the road.
You saying he can't lower the gas prices now for us in America?
Right.
We don't need to be concerned about the world.
It could, but that might cause other problems down
I
the
think
road.
the bigger problem is when gas does,
What kind of
for
problems?
most of the United States, goes over $4 a gallon, you're going to go back to, is it worth going to work?
I mean,
If it's $20 for me to get to work and I only make $10 an hour, I barely want to
Yeah.
be there anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
You
put
just can't afford
if you
it.
put a price control on gas right now, he would essentially be saying that the war was a failure.
I don't think so at all. I don't think a price control.
They
I
could
just think
flood,
there's some-
and they
I
already
don't either.
have flooded the global markets with strategic reserves
Exactly.
I
from
don't
us
think
and
it's
from others.
necessary. I mean,
But that's already been done.
the market's going to.
We've also
anyway.
lifted sanctions off of Iranian and Russian oil already at sea.
but what good does that do
It
us?
hasn't done nothing. I'm agreeing with everything that's happening, but I think there could be more.
Oh, no,
to be
I think
done.
it's had the effect. I'm saying prices are as high as they are right now, even with those measures.
Yeah.
So I think price controls would create all sorts of like even higher prices down the road and sorts of
I'm
supply.
not preaching
like-
price control though, but
Yeah.
you can flood. I think there's things he could do.
I guess they
with,
cut me
with the
off.
market.
No, you're still there.
You're still here, Clint. I'm sorry, buddy.
I agree, but it don't make good sense to me in common sense. I mean, I love Trump. I voted for him twice, and I would have voted for him again if it was possible.
Mhm.
But he can do something about this gas prices here. Don't tell me he cannot. Why is he letting it go and go and go? All right, guys.
Appreciate
Thank you
it,
for
Clint.
taking my call. Have a great day.
You too, Clint. See you, brother.
Yeah, and I think they have done things. It would have been even higher if they hadn't have done those
Did we
things.
completely empty the reserve?
I don't know if completely, but that could be unwise in other ways.
Well,
And then again, lifting the sanctions on a lot of oil out there. You're also seeing, Burgum said the other day that Venezuela oil production's up 50%,
Right.
which is pretty
Right around
quick.
the corner from us.
But that's also
but the
heavy
type-
crude.
Yeah,
and
the type it's not a light sweet. It's the wrong kind.
All right, then you got Canada up north begging us to take oil.
Well, whenever prices get high enough, we can go back into the oil sands.
They're there
Well,
now.
the best way to bring
Begging
all
us
this
to take
down
it.
is Trump's point of get out of the war. Stop it. And essentially make the Iranians see their own self-interest. And like, okay, you want to rebuild at all? The only main revenue you're going to have is oil. And if you're sitting there clogging up the Strait of Hormuz, you're just going to hurt yourself even more.
So
Yeah,
now we
but
need to get out of the
Do
war.
they care?
Okay.
Do they care? I mean, you've been poor all your life. Do you care if you're a little bit poorer tomorrow than you were yesterday?
No.
I think they thought the people were going to rise up and take over, and that has not happened at all.
No, I think more people have been killed
Exactly.
in the country
They've
by
shown
the regime.
exactly. So I don't see this as a big success at all. I'd like something to be done different.
No, I'm saying the best way to get oil prices back down is to end the war. Get out. Like yesterday. But, you know.
Can't we? It's on fire. We set it on fire. You can't walk away now.
Yeah, he can. Watch us. See, that's the logic that's kept us there.
No, that's the logic that gets us into more crap.
Yeah, maybe. But I said, yeah. Okay, we achieved our military objectives. We're going home.
Yeah, the sunken cost fallacies are real. I mean, how long were we in Afghanistan
Right.
when we knew we weren't going to end up any better?
Cut bait and
Were
run.
we any better off being there?
Taliban got some new toys.
Yeah, they did.
Started fighting with Pakistan.
Well,
Freedom.
the poppy production
Is
increased
at all-time
exponentially.
high.
Right, absolutely.
All-time
Well, you
high.
got to fund the alliance. Anyway,
Good times.
this is why I very much appreciated Bishop Barron's prayer at that Easter lunch.
Yeah.
He made an emphasis on it is through your blood and your suffering and your sacrifice and your resurrection, Lord Jesus Christ. And you are the one who holds us in the palm of your hand, the hand of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so we pray, help us, give us the grace to do well. Because I think it's a category error mistake to say we are righteous in anything we do. That's the sort of logic that makes me nervous. I'll put it that way. Because story after story in Holy Scripture, people that start thinking that way are humbled. We'll see. Still got to live in this world. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Y'all hear about all those politicians making money in the stock market?
Yeah, that Nancy Pelosi's making a killing.
Yeah, she is, and so is Coach.
Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah, he and Pelosi are making millions. Turns out old Senator Tuberville's trading ag futures while he's on the ag committee.
Wow, Tommy Tuberville's making a killing in the stock market.
Yep, just like Nancy Pelosi.
It's all just a big game to Coach Tuberville.
In 2024, Tommy Tuberville made millions trading stocks, just in 1 year.
Wonder what else there is.
So Tommy Tuberville is making millions in the stock market, all in the industries he regulates.
Tommy Tuberville's great at making millions. For himself.
Now I want to know.
Just how much money did Tommy Tuberville and Nancy Pelosi make for themselves in the stock market?
Why don't we ask him? Let's call Tommy Tuberville. Ask him how much money he made himself in the stock market.
And tell him, for us, it's not a game.
This advertisement is paid for by the Alabama Leadership Fund.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. It's more than just great prices on lumber. From Trex decking to energy-efficient windows and Tamco shingles, Alabama Wholesale Lumber has it all.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. On this first day of April, it's going to feel more like the month of May, really. Again today, the high temperature will be in the middle 80s, partial sunshine, a few pop-up scattered random storms in the afternoon and evening hours especially before they fade out tonight. But many towns stay dry, and the overnight low temperature tonight falls to the low 60s. We are back to the mid-80s tomorrow and Good Friday as well. Maybe some widely scattered storms Friday late. Then, over the Easter weekend, as a front approaches, there'll be a line of showers and thunderstorms at some point, maybe Saturday night into Easter Sunday morning. We'll watch that forecast for you. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. So Trump just about 20 minutes ago put out a Truth Social post about the fired Attorney General Pam Bondi. As we said earlier, he's been gracefully firing people this go-around compared to how he treated Jeff Sessions. I'm sure you recall that. Or how he treated Steve Bannon, or so many others. But here is what Trump just put out after Pam Bondi was let go as Attorney General, saying, Pam Bondi, who is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my Attorney General over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country, with murders plummeting to their lowest levels since 1900. We love Pam, and she will be transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector to be announced at a date in the near future. And our Deputy Attorney General, a very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche, will step in to serve as acting Attorney General. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump.
Did he say a much-needed job in the private sector?
Yes.
To be announced at a later date.
Yeah. Like, what job is that?
He's been doing a lot of nice things. I mean, he was talking glowingly about Clinton, and Clinton was talking glowingly about him not too long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be all sort of love fest.
But that came out this morning. That Pam Bondi is out as Attorney General of the United States. And that's one of those jobs where it's like, especially Trump's AG. Good luck being Trump's AG, man.
Think it's going to be another 2 years and out for somebody?
Perhaps, because it was Sessions, and I still think, as much as I've learned, and my tune has also changed over the years, just a lot of respect for Jeff Sessions, but I think he made a massive mistake when he decided to recuse himself.
Yes.
And
yes, he did.
I still, to this day, don't buy the whole I was just following the rules thing, because the recusal came right after that Washington Post hit piece where he met with the Russian ambassador. So it seemed more reactive than just following the rules, especially because it was 2-3 weeks into his tenure as AG. But then out of that, what did you get? Matt Whitaker ended up being the interim AG for a while.
That name doesn't even ring a bell.
But before Whitaker got put up, there was this one guy whose name I'm forgetting who was the deputy AG who appointed the Mueller probe and the Russiagate thing. Remember the special counsel probe happened right after? And also General Flynn. So the Kislyak screw job, as I called it, where both Sessions and General Flynn are taken out. And then immediately a special counsel is set up, and that's where you get the whole, if you can go back in time, Russia stuff.
Russia.
And so after Whitaker, who's kind of like a linebacker of a man, big bald dude, younger guy, probably in his 40s or 50s.
Yeah, in his 50s, I think.
Yeah, and he was interim for a while. Then you got Bill Barr. Attorney General Barr, which, man, a lot of folks look at that guy, and he's always been tied at the hip to intelligence. He is very wily. He's like great speaker and like very convincing in a lot of public settings. But he definitely, and he went to bat for Trump on the Russia thing in many ways. But you could tell he also was playing they're all playing this game of the seen and the unseen. And, okay, I'll play ball on the things the American people are seeing that's in the public eye, but I'm always playing this unseen game of there are a lot of different concerns and necessities at play for an attorney general. And so Barr lasted, though.
He did last, but in the end...
Because he knew how to last.
In the end, though, it was still a little bit of disappointment. Mm-hmm. Didn't get what I thought I'd get out of that.
I wish it had been Matt Gaetz at the beginning of this one.
I do, too.
It would have been a lot of fun. Way too much
How did he fall out of favor? Was there some kind of...
Oh, because the Senate was going to, raise hell about him being thrown in there. And they were going to bring up the ethics investigation they did of him and, all his sexual improprieties, which... the more I've heard about that story, though, I'm pretty sure Matt Gaetz is no Boy Scout. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he was having a lot of fun partying, but I don't think the allegations, the over the top stuff, was a classic political hit job and brought in bribing his father or something like that.
Wow.
I mean, you seem to disagree.
I know some people that were intimately close to people employed by him.
By Matt Gaetz?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's probably closer to the truth than what was thrown out there.
So it would have been just a huge, messy, nasty fight right at the beginning. And Gaetz himself is always flamboyant. And this is right on top of Gaetz is the one who unseated Kevin McCarthy that caused that whole mayhem.
Which I liked.
I loved it, too.
I liked that.
I thought it was greght. Where then you got Mike Rogers here for Alabama, threatening them.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I liked all that.
Don't make me hit you with my helmet hair.
I'll knock you out.
Last thing I saw about Mike Rogers, he's mad they're not sharing more information with him in Congress about this war. I'm like, okay.
Why is that, Joey? Why would they not share with him?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they're not in charge.
Maybe.
Well, I'm in charge of the purse. I'm not questioning that,
yeah.
Congressman. Not questioning that at all. But when you're in an active war, I highly doubt they're going to be completely forthright in briefing you, even though you do chair the Armed Services Committee.
That's how he's got that great helmet hair.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll see. Lee Zeldin is very talented in terms of his gift of gab, high verbal IQ. should be able to handle himself in the Senate hearings. And you've got the votes. Even if Susan Collins and Mitch McConnell, Murkowski drop off, you still have J.D. Vance. It could be a tiebreaker, and it might very well be a tiebreaker sort of situation. And who knows? Maybe you got Fetterman jumping over. Fetterman lately has been a wild card.
He's the only one I could see jumping over because they're just so. This is our policy, and this is our party over people, and I can't stand that.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
It's Daddy-O, gentlemen.
What up, Daddy-O? Good.
Hey, I got I want to talk to you, maybe Joey. I may want to put an ad on your station there. I'm about to start a new business.
Okay.
It's Randy's Transgender Goat Rental Service. Wait a minute, let me finish.
Okay.
Just let me finish. They were rescued by an animal shelter place up there in Minnesota. The Muslims, they escaped from being ate by the Muslims.
I see.
Now you can use them. You can use them, guys, for birthing or for studs. There's 3 wannabe females and 3 wannabe males. They don't wear lipstick. And I'm going in that rental business. They can eat grass too.
Yep. Great way to mow the grass.
Randy, you've thought about this way too much.
That's transgender goats, man. That go either way.
You going to church? You going to church tonight?
Huh?
You going to church tonight?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. He's got goats to entertain, man.
Right. He's got goats. He's trying to get to work. He ain't got time for that.
I'm just saying you might need it, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get no free advertisement, but it's Randy's Transgender Goat Rental.
If you call them refugees, you might be able to get a government grant.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
But that's something. I'm glad they escaped from being ate by them Muslims, though, ain't y'all?
Yeah, this one here is a legacy goat used to blackmail Justice John Roberts.
Right, exactly.
All right, I just wanted to let y'all know my new business I'm starting. I'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Daddy-O.
Wish you luck, man.
I wish more calls were like that. 272-9228. If you want to try to top that, that's 334-272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. And they're at Cole Plumbing. They are ready to help you out with any and all of your plumbing services.
Yes.
Could be you're looking to just upgrade, say, to a tankless water heater system. Great idea. Or it could be you want to get a taller toilet. Or you need a new garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Or just adding on any accessories, new accessories in the bathroom, the kitchen, in regards to plumbing, they can help you out. Or it could be you got a major problem like a gas line leak. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
You need to get
very serious
taken
problem.
care of quickly.
Of course, a major water leak where you're losing money and it's creating more property damage. And they can fix it without causing more damage. They can find it with precision and expertise inside or outside the home without having to dig up a huge hole in your yard or, well, tear out a bunch of drywall inside.
Nobody wants that mess.
Nobody wants that at all. Or, of course, basic repairs like a drippy faucet or a toilet that keeps running and your flapper's broke.
Yep.
They can help you with all that. So check them out today. You can always make an appointment online at coleplumbing.com or just call them direct. In fact, save their number, 334-279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your balls,
call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space.
What's up, Earthling?
I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field.
That's right, man.
My question is, why have you landed here on our planet?
I came to see David Ernest.
The asset preservationist?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see if he would take a look at my portfolio for me.
Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233.
And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
That is correct.
Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth.
What was that?
I went to the Walmart, man.
Yes?
And I accidentally went in the back door.
How did that work out?
Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in.
And then what did you do?
I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter.
You flew millions of miles just for that.
Hey, man, I don't ride them. I just read them.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
If you're tired of average meals and rush dining, come see us. Epicure and Jack's Tavern offers wet-aged steaks cut in-house, scratch-made lunches, unbeatable beer buckets, and unforgettable dinners. This is food made with pride and served with heart. We invite you to come visit soon at 2060 Downing Street in Millbrook. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. You'll taste the difference.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, hopping into the Easter weekend, with Easter Sunday soon to be here, I'm looking at Dylan Ring's Facebook page, and they have Easter-themed stuff over there.
Really cute bracelets there.
Yeah, like the cutest sparkle squad ever is how they're saying it. But they're stackable diamond and colored gemstone rings are basically Easter egg hunting, but for your fingers. You can mix them, match them, stack them high, and watch them dance in the sunshine while you're hunting eggs, munching chocolate, and looking fabulous. Pastel gems popping, classic diamond shining. Why not both? These also probably great for like a little girl in the life.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, maybe hide it in an Easter egg.
Maybe.
Like hide it in that egg. Because that can still be a fun, adorable thing at Easter. You know, I wouldn't just have an Easter basket at home. I would have it over at my grandparents'. And when I get to my grandparents', there are bunny tracks everywhere. And I had to follow the bunny tracks. And then it's like, that gum bunny was dirty.
That's a lot of effort, man.
It was kind of adorable.
Were they like big bunny feet?
Yeah, like big old. I'll have to ask him how he did it. How he actually, what he used to print them down. It was some like flour, and he just made bunny tracks throughout the house. But folks, if you're looking for that extra special sparkle and very cute sparkle at that there at Dylan Ring, just stop by today. 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Don't have a lot of time here, but did you see how Congressman Shamari Figures kind of had to eat it at a get-together at a meeting? Because, you know, the Congress, Mike Johnson and John Thune were able to get together and essentially reopen the government without getting rid of ICE. Trump's like, that a boy, good job, fellas, I told you could do it. But now it moves to all the pressure is still on the SAVE Act. And so a lot of Democrats, what do they say? They say that, well, what about people that don't have ID?
I'm so sick of that.
You know what I mean? What about people that don't have ID? So this is the top trending story at 1819 News. I guess the RNC research folks, the national folks, picked this up. This is Congressman Shamari Figures. He's at a church, beautifully designed, modern-looking church. And he decides to ask the audience there, who in this church actually doesn't have ID? So let's listen into that moment.
So regardless about how you feel about voter ID, right? It's not about that. This is about ease of registration, right? The most common form of ID that everybody has is a driver's license, right? I'm of a different era. I'm of a different generation. I probably feel a little bit differently about it. But watch this. How many people in here do not have an ID?
Nobody raises their hands.
I figured.
Everybody has an ID.
That is what I figured.
So my thoughts on it a little bit different.
I guess that last line was, so I thought something a little bit different. No, even the old folks that go to church have ID, man.
Right.
Honestly, I've never met Shamari. I'd be happy to and talk to him. But like, that was kind of
a little off there.
Kind of humorous. It's like, yes, and Alabama and other states have established, like, say you don't have a driver's license, you're past the age of driving and stuff. We will literally come to you and hand deliver it to you.
That's the part that there's no excuses at that point, Joey. There's just no other reason in the world except for I need to cheat.
This is where the leadership in the party, the Democrat Party, is tone deaf, because even their rank and file people, they support this. I learned this when I was doing the congressional race over in Georgia in the strong Democrat district a couple of sessions ago. Poor black folks in that district felt like illegals were stealing their benefits.
Okay.
As soon as the Democrat leadership can wrap their head around this, we'll all be better off for it.
Yep.
They're fighting the wrong fight.
But how long do you think they can stay tone deaf to it? Because they seem to have been this way for the last 15
because they're
years.
married to the legacy of civil rights. And the big part of that legacy is the openness of voting. You just heard him say, we don't want high barriers to registering. We don't want high barriers.
Don't have that.
But that's what's happened, though, is to Byron's point, the mentality of everyday folks on the ground is, that's all well and good. Great, we had those victories. Now the concern is integrity of the vote.
Mm.
And the Democrat leadership is they've not woken up to it. And I don't think it's just a sympathetic, like sentimental attachment to those victories of the past. I think there's an entire legal, political industry that relies on this sort of talking point and point of view.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to change
that kind of disruption. Yeah.
Anyway.
Plus, there's campaign contributions from the powers that be. You got to sing the tune.
Well. There is that as well. Anyway, we got to hit this top of the hour break. First is part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you whether you're looking to buy or sell property or a house here in the River Region real estate market. Bo has been helping out the Montgomery and surrounding areas when it comes to real estate for about half a century now. And at the Goodson Group, not only can they help you with buying and selling your property, but they have management services available should you want to rent out your home. Great idea in this market, especially with a lot of turnover with the military base, but also just in general, more people are renting these days. You've got a home that you don't need to live in and you want to convert it to a rental instead of selling it. It's a great idea, and get a great company to manage it for you there at the Goodson Group. You can always learn more at thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call direct at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson, the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
This is an SRN News special report. I'm Bob Agnew. President Trump says Pam Bondi is out as his attorney general. Here's White House correspondent Greg Cluxton.
Word of Bondi being ousted as the nation's top law enforcement officer comes amid multiple media reports that the president had become increasingly frustrated with her job performance. People familiar with the matter say he was unhappy with Bondi's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files and hurdles that the Justice Department had encountered in investigations into Donald Trump's perceived enemies. The New York Times reports that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, a Trump loyalist, will be the acting AG. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Bondi's defenders have said she worked to refocus the department to better tackle illegal immigration and violent crime and brought much-needed change to an agency that they believe unfairly targeted conservatives under Joe Biden's administration. This has been an SRN News special report.
You're not just overweight, you're in survival mode. No pill or crash diet's going to fix that. They don't address why your body is storing fat. At PhD Weight Loss, they treat unwanted weight as a symptom, a signal that your metabolism, hormones, and stress response need attention. Fix that, and the weight comes off naturally. Call PhD Weight Loss, mention Mike G, you'll get 2 weeks free, and they'll pay for your food. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, mention Mike G, or go to myphdweightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a health insurance alternative at half the cost. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. On this first day of April, it's going to feel more like the month of May, really. Again today, the high temperature will be in the middle 80s, partial sunshine, a few pop-up scattered random storms in the afternoon and evening hours, especially before they fade out tonight. But many towns stay dry, and the overnight low temperature tonight falls to the low 60s. We are back to the mid-80s tomorrow and Good Friday as well. Maybe some widely scattered storms Friday late. Then, over the Easter weekend, as a front approaches, there'll be a line of showers and thunderstorms at some point, maybe Saturday night into Easter Sunday morning. We'll watch that forecast for you. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The Pride of Prattville Marching Band has been selected to perform in the 250th Salute to Independence Parade in Philadelphia. The band is scheduled to perform July 3rd and will march directly in front of Independence Hall. Prattville's marching band will be the only band representing the state of Alabama. A bill that could impact how the Montgomery Police Department is managed has been passed by the Alabama Senate. SB 289 would allow the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency to assume control of certain municipal police departments if they are not properly staffed. The bill requires at least 2 full-time officers for every 1,000 residents in the city. SB 289 is now being considered by the full Alabama House of Representatives. The Autauga County Jail has reopened following nearly 2 years of mold removal and remodeling. Sheriff Mark Harrell evacuated the jail in June 2024, saying it was unsafe for staff or inmates. The sheriff announced on Wednesday 198 inmates are in the process of returning to the facility from 11 other jails statewide. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breakers tripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that. Because each year, thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader there on your screen, as well as Byron Sheehy.
That's the good stuff right here.
You like this one a lot?
I really do.
This is your favorite.
Yeah, it is.
Here's the part that I really like. Coming up right here. It's all right driving music.
Yeah, it is.
That's where babies come from.
Welcome back to the program.
I got a challenge for you.
Yeah?
Okay, can you give me something with a lot of bass so I can put it in the boat this year and we'd be booming?
All the
Joey's.
stuff I've been making has some bass.
I mean, some strong bass. I want Miami bass, like boom.
I can tell it more bass.
Outcast bass.
Right.
Need more bass.
I need galactic levels of bass.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
Galactic.
Astral
I want to see
levels
the
of
water vibrate when the...
I thought you meant the band Galactic.
Oh, no. I was thinking like Galaxy.
Intergalactic.
Let's go to Duke. Hey, Duke, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm good.
Now, Joey, we need to go ahead and make some money off this music, dude.
I know. It's what I'm telling him, dude.
Well, I'm telling you, boy, you halfway decent with this thing, too, boy. I said, damn.
He got a little talent.
I'm working
got
on
some
it.
talent.
Yeah. Well, boy, that's all right now.
Have you ever thought about playing on the corner up here? Maybe putting a bucket out?
No, man.
Okay.
I'll slap jaw anything. We you know.
I give you $1.
You know.
I don't want your dollar.
Don't know.
But anyhow, back to the ID thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, you and I both know most damn everybody got an ID.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you start on the job for the first day, the man want to see what kind of information he can get on you for is your social security number and all that. And,
Yes, sir.
you know what I'm talking about? Driver license and you know everybody got all that. So the audience answered that question right. They said most of us got that. Okay, but here's the deal though. What Trumpet boy trying to do?
Okay.
They want you to pull out. Go home and find your damn birth certificate. I can't find my birth certificate.
I know where mine is.
Department of Vital Statistics.
See,
The Department of Vital Statistics has your birth certificate. For $25, they'll send you a copy.
Somebody got it.
Yeah, they got a copy of it.
Yeah, you can get it, but what I'm saying, you shouldn't have to have no damn birth certificate to vote. That's my
Prove you're a citizen
They
to
got
vote
ID.
in
They got
elections?
an ID. Yeah, what now?
Yeah, but to prove you're a citizen to vote in elections? Like we're just going to assume who's a citizen?
I'm
Well,
going
that's what we're doing now.
The ID should work if you have to show the birth certificate to get the ID.
Right.
But to vote, you shouldn't have to go re-raise and go get a damn
You're saying to vote, you don't think in your mind you're saying if somebody walks up and they say, "Yeah, I'm an El Americano," then I'm going to let them vote. And that's not the case.
No, show some ID. Show ID, but you shouldn't have to have your birth certificate where you were born and when you were born. And all
How
that.
else do you prove who you are here in the United States?
How you been proving that all this time?
My birth certificate?
They wanted a picture.
That's
one of the benefits of a first world country. Most third world countries, their biggest problem is they can't identify. There's no way to prove who you are.
And also, maybe you got a passport already. There you go.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, if you got a passport, yes. But everybody don't have a passport. They can't put their hands on the
Social Security card.
Social Security card.
Oh, no, but they give Social Security numbers to everybody.
With
like,
another form of identification.
Okay.
As long as it matches. It's a second form, not a first form.
Social Security number sure works, shouldn't it? Versus birth certificate.
If you have a picture ID with that Social Security card, it'll work.
State issued ID.
Now, even folks who are here illegally will get Social Security numbers. And I don't mean like stealing identity, which does happen, but like Social Security Administration will give you a number if you work and pay taxes here.
Yep. If you pay the taxes.
I mean, that should be on the list for birth certificate. Take that off of there and let people get their.
Well, then how can I tell
ID
that Joey doesn't come in and get an ID that says he is, Mark Thompson? He has to have something to start to identify himself.
Yeah, I've got a solution to this. Blockchain.
No, Trump didn't have a problem last year when he bragging about how he just whooped Kamala like she stole something, like she's a runaway slave and all that stuff. How he whooped her so bad. Why the hell he worried this time around when he's not running anymore?
What was
because it's been a problem from the get-go.
And because they're not always as bad as Kamala.
Yeah, right. This is very true.
Trump worry about the midterm because he haven't done a damn thing but piss people off and got people marching in the street about kings and queens and all that and ho-hos and hobos and all that.
Do you think Trump's actually worried about the midterms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he worried about it. Yes, he wants to win it. He knows he'll lose a little power if he don't.
Trump's not running the midterm.
Yeah, but if they take the House, which they probably will, it's going to just be impeachment city and subpoena city.
Right, and I think most people know that. And there are people out there that want that. They'll vote for that because they do want the chaos.
Trump wants to keep his cult members intact where he can, just snap a finger and tell them to, jump high. And if they don't jump high enough, he get rid of your ass like he's doing Pam Bondi and the other girl. See?
Well, yeah, he's the power of the president. You don't make me happy, I don't need you anymore.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what it's
called being the boss.
I think what we've seen over the last year, though, Duke, cuts against what you're saying about the Congress. They don't. We've got a bunch of them that don't jump when the president says jump. For all sorts of reasons. Well, more than that.
I named those people a couple weeks ago. Paul Ryan and what's his name?
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul.
And Thomas Madison. Yeah, but those are like the principled libertarians that are annoying. But then there's also your moderates that don't play ball at either.
But also, I think Duke, I think they're your hero just because they give Trump a hard time. I think that would be the only thing you really have in common with those two.
I like because they're their own people. They stand up. They ain't like Tubble be about.
But if they agree with Trump tomorrow, you're going to call them out and say that they folded. You only like them when they're against Trump.
If they think it's stupid like Trump and acting stupid like Trump and following Trump behind the same stupid kind of stuff, yes, I'm gonna talk about it. Yes.
Trump is not stupid, by the way. Very smart, intelligent.
I said the stupid stuff he be trying to pull it off.
Like the ballroom?
He's stupid. He's not stupid now because he know he got his cult members trained and all he got to do is threaten them. Say
you mean his supporters? People that supported him? Those are the cult members?
People that like him?
Yeah.
Cult members. I mean, they know damn supporters. Those cult members there. They done passed cult, Mr. Supporters. Yeah, you might be a supporter of Joey. Now, Joe, I've been listening to Joey lately around here. He's been more Trumpy lately than normal.
I've been more Trumpy?
I don't know. I think you've been kind of the opposite. Maybe you're not impressed by him too much lately.
He love him. I think Trump love him. I think Joey loves Trump.
Well, I think he does too. He's a fellow U.S. citizen and being the president of the United States.
And he tickles me to death,
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Mm-hmm. But also, I'm not sitting there going, "Yes, Daddy, we must do the war, and we'll do the war forever, Daddy." No,
you sound kind of like that.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm agreeing with Duke now. You sound like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was here today.
For the joke. That's good. Nah, it's just like.
I'm sorry, Joey. That was just too good.
Yeah.
Hey, then you had nerve to say, come on. We don't deserve him. He's too good. We don't deserve him.
There's a double meaning to that phrase.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a double meaning to that phrase.
I'm giving you a hard time, Joe. You know that. You know I love you like a stepson.
Like a redheaded stepchild.
I love you too, brother.
Redheaded stepson. Yeah.
Yep.
Or I should say dad.
Dad.
Hey, Dad. Yeah, call me Dad like you called Trump.
Man, it's like we're playing T-ball here. You ready for another one?
Hey, I'm gone, man.
See you, Duke. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, man. 272-9228 if you want to get in and take some more shots at me.
In comparison to Trump, could you imagine if we got stuck with like Jeb, someone like that?
I feel like we would be very French, like where we would just let the world run over us if we had a Jeb in there.
The Lindsays and
Oh,
Jebs.
good God, Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
What a bizarre world.
No, Trump's changed the game.
Yeah.
And he has, since the beginning, even in the year, by the way, I didn't vote for him in 2016.
I've almost forgiven you for that, but you keep bringing it back up, and it rubs the scar all over again.
Yeah, why?
Trump survived without his vote, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let that be a lesson to you, son.
People who were butthurt when I would say that publicly back then, it's like, oh, is he not going to win Alabama now? Like, just calm down.
Why can't you get on the
Well,
team,
and y'all
Joey?
know my firm position on a lot of this
Right.
stuff.
That's
It's like,
not-
I can watch it. I can be like, oh, I like that plot line. Or I like that policy development. Or I like that wrestling move.
Or that meme. I mean,
that
that's
wrestling
the world
move is
we
more
live
like
in.
it.
But I still think there are way too many folks that watch this stuff, especially those of you who give these people money, think, well, I'm kind of doing my part, and I'm self-government. What are you talking
You haven't
about?
ever compared the president
Okay.
to Lord and Savior.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, man.
There's some sycophants out there, man.
It's a bit much.
It's a little over the top.
Yeah. So, generally speaking, I like the direction things have gone in the last several years, as much as I see also that you can't just put on Trump, just generally with the way the nation's going with the technology changes, how we talk to one another. But, yeah, at least he's entertaining. And at least he's actually pissing off all the right people.
That's another thing. The people that he pisses off,
Right.
I'm down with that.
He's better than the field.
Yeah, but this war needs to stop. Like, it needs to soon, because we're going to go into Pride Month of all things.
Can't afford it.
What about the gays of Hormuz?
I'm telling you, man, we can't afford it.
Like, if it's July 4th, and instead of having the big birthday bash, we're instead watching this crap with high oil prices.
And I'm not the only one that's selfish about it. It's going into the lake season. We need cheaper gas prices because all of our...
Because you have 3 jet skis?
3 jet skis and a couple boats, and they all run off petrol.
You always have, like, a nickname now for each? The triumvirate of
No.
Lake Jordan?
No.
What's the oldest model?
Oldest one I got?
Yeah.
I think I got like an 88 Yamaha at a buddy of mine's house.
The Three Musketeers?
Yeah, pretty much.
I picture all the Kenny Power wave runner soon.
I'll be honest, man. As a few years ago, I had a problem. I had like 7 jet skis and probably 7 or 8 boats. And then somebody asked me one day, "You can't drive them all, Eddie." I was like, "I know, but I got a whole Navy here." And then I realized that was just kind of over the top, so I started selling them. Got rid of all of them and then started again this year. What do you know?
And by the way, happy birthday to your son.
Yes, Justin.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
I guess we're the same age.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only a few months older than him.
Yeah.
But,
great kid. Best thing I ever did in my life. By far. And I'm proud of him, man. He's the man that I wish I could have been at his age.
Wow.
That's
And,
awesome.
and you always want better for your kids. And I think my dad told me that one time, that he was very satisfied because he thought better than what he had. And with Justin, there's no doubt. He's 10 times the man I'll ever be. I mean, he's adopted children. He works at the paper mill. He's a blue-collar man. And you know, he takes his family to church. He's a true leader of that family, and it makes me very proud. Very proud.
yeah, I think my dad's proud of me at this point. But for, I think, a few years there, he thought I was some secret fruit. Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you out.
Yeah.
With, those problems where you don't feel like a man.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, you know, you were talking about this, not you personally in your own life, but like you've noticed men hit 50-something, hit 60-something, and their confidence is just shot.
A lot of confidence level goes down, and you don't know why. Right. I mean, you don't know why, and it kind of sneaks up on you.
Because, you know, you can always talk about with Montgomery Men's Health bedroom confidence slipping.
Right.
And a lot of stuff can make you start slipping in terms of your confidence in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more like a job you've been working for 10, 20 years. Do it like in your sleep. And then one day you're just unsure of yourself at the office. Or unsure about actually getting that physical job done. In particular, like, am I strong enough to do it? Am I going to get exhausted too quick? You're not sleeping well. You're seeing that waistline creep. These could all be signs of low testosterone. Or, of course, if you are having those low-performance ED issues, Montgomery Men's Health, powered by Men's Pro, is ready to help you out. They've been helping men out here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas several years now with in-person care, not like those online shops where you're talking to a chat bot and you don't get much service. In fact, am I getting the right treatment for me? They don't seem to want to know much about me.
Right.
Instead, go see them in person at Montgomery Men's Health. They get the labs done quickly after a blood draw, and with urology-backed medicine, they can create you a personalized treatment plan. They have a whole menu of options there depending on what's your problem and where you are in life, and just budget too as well. So check them out today, and what you'll find is after these treatments, you're going to feel decades younger. You're going to get that confidence back. And heck, you might be a young man with these problems. You're actually going to feel your age.
Yep.
So check out Montgomery Men's Health today at 440-3663. You can call them up to make an appointment again at 440-3663, or you can book online in under 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Montgomery Men's Health, for every man in every season of life. Be sure to tell them that Joey Clark fellow on the radio sent you. 272-9228. Still smarting. I walked right in that one with you.
Yeah, that's okay. No. That was a fun conversation.
Yeah.
We need a best of.
Yeah.
We could do a whole best
we
of
got a whole
making Joey mad. We can do a best of getting under Eddie's skin.
Well, that voice is very much the Lindsey Graham voice, but that one's a little more like Lindsey's more here. Lindsey got the lilt and the softness.
When's he going to go away?
I don't know when he's going to go away, but did you see a post that Lindsey put out?
No.
Because we already have developed that he loves women.
He does love women and war.
Oh, I love war. I'll say it again. I love
exactly war. Right.
We need to keep on Bombay Root. Bombay Root. I love war. Yep. And I love women, too.
Yeah, I don't know about the first one.
But there's another thing I love.
What's that?
I put out a post the other day that I spent some time. This is a literal quote from Lindsey Graham's Twitter. Spent some time breaking clays in Edgefield County today. Doesn't get much better than that.
Edgefield County, South Carolina.
Clays.
Spent some time breaking clays in Edgefield County. So I love women, I love war, and I love breaking clays in Edgefield County.
Now, Joey, a hipster like yourself can get away with that. But.
It's a photo of him with...
Is he holding the gun right?
I bet you he's got a favorite vest and everything.
Oh, you know
he does. He's holding the gun right, I think. Yeah. No, he's got it on the shoulder. Yeah. The arm's a little high, though. The elbow's a little high.
He's got on a shooting vest, doesn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's probably been more for
Big
the first
red
time in probably 20 years.
Yeah. But I love women, I love war, and breaking clays.
Breaking clays, baby.
Not just anywhere, but in Edgefield.
Edgefield, South Carolina. Beautiful place.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful place.
Anyway.
Careful out in the woods.
Yeah. Bigfoot. Lizard Man. They have Lizard Man in Edgefield.
They have a Lizard Man in Edgefield.
I literally have a T-shirt, Lizard Man.
How do you know this?
I used to live up in Sumter, South Carolina, and a friend of mine lived in Edgefield, and he kind of got a suit, and he started doing it, showing up middle of the night, strange places, at intersections, such a thing, and before you know it, there's a rumor going around, there's Lizard Man.
All right, then.
South Carolina, good times.
God bless the American South in particular. Like, can you imagine if the United States of America never went beyond, like, New England, essentially? Like, it never got the West and the Cowboys. It never got the whole, or out of the aristocracy, just what we have as Southern culture now after the war.
Say, like, Chicago's our cutoff?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it would be kind of a little too tight.
It would be.
You know
I know,
what I mean?
suddenly I'd feel crowded. That is strange to think of it that way.
Yeah, it would.
Who would have Vegas?
It wouldn't be loosey-goosey at all. It wouldn't have swagger. It wouldn't have that sort of rugged cowboy nature. It wouldn't have
What do you mean who would have Vegas? The mafia.
Well, yeah, but would it be the Italian mafia? Would it be it wouldn't be the French mafia, please.
Essentially, if America just stayed WASP.
I wouldn't be here.
Nah.
Look
at you.
I'm out.
I was already here. Outside.
Right. Yeah, but, a lot of those WASPs, they weren't including, that doesn't include a lot of Southerners back
Correct.
then. Those were crackers.
Correct.
Cracker culture. But along with then your aristocrats.
That's why we didn't like them there, carpetbaggers.
Anyway, God bless the American South, is all
Amen.
I'll just say here on this.
Dude, that's what's been
Holy
keeping
Thursday.
America from getting invaded for how long?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
The second? Or just crackers?
Crackers.
Appalachians.
Well, and then they became Texans.
Well,
I think Texas is like the number one reason we haven't been invaded.
I'd go for Montana, through Texas,
Yeah.
down through Mississippi.
I don't know. You got Oklahoma. There's pretty good rednecks out
West
there.
Virginia. Well, I don't believe anybody's ever going to conquer West Virginia.
We have.
Okay, I don't think. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The official government of West Virginia has not conquered West
Exactly.
Virginia. There's still hill people in the hills.
Plenty of hill people.
Yeah.
You think they got COVID? I bet they didn't.
No.
Though the South has become this, as much as, you get the stereotypes and the cliches and also good heritage, we're losing. A lot of history is being forgotten. The good, the bad, and the ugly, though it's interesting how the ugly is constantly real, but the reminder. But it does seem like the energy in this nation is in the American South.
Yeah. Look where people are moving.
Yeah, Tennessee, is a cultural hub and economic hub.
Yep.
Florida, Texas,
Georgia,
and
even the Carolinas.
Georgia and the Carolinas. And you know what? Alabama, Mississippi, we're starting to up our game, I have to say.
Mississippi,
we're
I
still
will
a little
say,
behind, but
Mississippi is stepping it up a little bit quicker than we are.
Well, because they got a young, energetic governor.
What's his name, Joey?
Tate Reeves.
That's right.
Gotta love Tate.
Is it Tennessee the #1 move to state right now?
I think
It wouldn't surprise me. It was Tennessee, it was Florida and Tennessee for a while, but they do keep jockeying back and forth.
And what I loved is, like, when I drove up to visit my brother in Nashville, I'm like, oh, this is just like, I had no culture shock. It was like, oh, this just feels like a bigger version of Montgomery.
Exactly right.
I'm like, okay, this is cool. I fit in immediately with the culture.
You didn't feel out of place or nothing.
It's like the SEC capital.
The only thing that made me stand out was my Auburn hat, and like
That's fine.
The mechanic
I'm
kind
glad
of gave
you
me
wore
a
that.
grin and a laugh.
I'm sure there were plenty of other Auburn hats.
There are a
in
few, but
Nashville.
I'm proud of a guy that'll wear the hat in enemy territory like that.
Of course.
That's good. That's good.
I didn't even really think about it. I just needed a hat.
That's right. That's how much Auburn fan you are.
Yeah, right.
Does Vandy have a home advantage? I mean,
at the hospital.
Okay.
But like, I think the American South, we're going to dominate industrial and technological, especially as the West Coast, they're moving to Florida and Texas big time.
Politics is driving energy
that
prices.
threat of that billionaire tax,
Yeah.
wealth tax.
And Alabama, we are sitting on more resources. And as much as I want them to be tapped and us to, just become an exploding state like that, I don't, because the whole reason I live on Lake Jordan and not Lake Martin. Lake Martin is a great lake. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's crowded as it can be. I like the poor man's lake where it's pretty quiet.
But I also think the South has much more cultural dominance. Like, of all the different music out there, think it's country music and it's hip hop.
Hip-hop music, blues, especially out of Atlanta.
Right. Look back at old, like, American, what was in the top 40, like, old school, like Don Rickles that we were just
Dean
listening
Martin?
to.
Yeah.
Like, the focus of the country was the North, New England, and was your Vegas and your West Coast.
Yeah.
And the West Coast keeps trying, but
They're
they
just
more and
failing,
more,
man.
like, and because maybe it's because I've just gone so headlong into just praying faith all the time. Folks might say you need to back off it. So I'm like, well,
No.
I'm enjoying it, and
Right.
not
You
just
do
a
you.
personal way. Like, it's changing me, so I'm going to keep doing that. But then occasionally I'll still see, like, I go on YouTube, and instead of watching a podcast I watch some guy who was big in the Baptist church for the longest time, became Catholic. Instead of doing that, it's like, YouTube music. And I'll look at, like, the playlist, and I'll just go, what's big?
Yeah.
And I mentioned it yesterday, like, I see Ella Langley.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful and talented and right from Hope Hall, right?
Hope Hall, and got a place on Lake Jordan.
Yeah. And so I'm like, well, that's cool. And then I'll see some of the other stuff, though, and I'm like, especially coming out of the L.A. area, I'm like, this is
Different
just
kind.
straight
Yeah.
up demonic.
Yeah.
Like, not even hiding it anymore.
They quit doing
Are
that
you
a while back.
officially to the age that you don't know who any
Are you
of the
becoming
new
an
acts
old
are?
man?
No, I know a few, but
couldn't
like,
name any.
no, it's not even the old man in me. It's more like I'm learning to be much more sensitive to symbols and symbolism and how somebody is presenting their product. And not just a product, but presenting themselves. Like, especially with music. Like, what is your soul singing to me through your music? And when it's like, welcome to my house, you can never leave, and it's got weird, straight up just demonic, like, imagery, I'm like, okay, and it's these hypnotic sort of locked-in
Rhythms.
beats, or other, music that is just straight up about the party time, the sex, drugs, violence sort of thing. ABBA?
ABBA. They
No,
got that
that's-
hypnotic beat.
That's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about ABBA.
They have a very hypnotic beat.
It's 2026. Why are you bringing up Waterloo?
It's
a great song.
I know it's a great song.
It's a
You
great
were
way to
disappointed
learn
in the
history
movie, but-
too. But yeah, I'm just maybe I am just getting older. But it's more like I try to appreciate. There's new artists coming out that have great stuff, but it's just more like the culture, especially in the former centers of culture in this country, are they're falling at least in efficacy and like their ability to influence folks. They still influence millions. Don't get me wrong. They can still drive through corporate media, a lot of these things, but as you're getting alternative media, and one really cool thing that's happening is as like X in particular is doing automated translation, what you're starting to see is there are a lot of people around the world in different cultures who really agree with one another and cannot stand the so-called left. And I don't just mean that in a political sense, the sort of left sensibility of art and culture and stuff. And you're starting to see a major resurgence of faith across the world. It's so cool. It was such a beautiful thing on X just this week where the Japanese started like just posting out to Americans. In particular, like say, I'm a Japanese Christian. I'm only part of the 1%, but y'all please pray for me and stuff. And
that is cool.
And then also, it's not even the Christian stuff. It was just how much appreciation there is when you find that, these barriers, they're going away. And it's one of the good sides of the technology race and chain.
A lot closer. You kind of realize somebody on the other side of the world has the almost exact same feelings as you.
Right.
Right. It is strange.
Well, and, I saw a piece for 1819 that was all right the other day about how I feel like I have superpowers because I never use AI. I'm like, fair enough. Like, if you can just do total power of recall of your own mind and memorize whole books and you're just really good at, good for you.
Lucky you.
But I think what's going to happen with not just, say, generative AI of like images and music and text, but also a lot of what's going on in the biotech sector and so many things in medicine, is we're going to have awesome creative powers. And the question will be what culture, what heart, what belief actually drives that car. Because with these awesome creative powers, you could create hell on earth pretty daggum quick and at the same time convince people it's good.
That's the thing, because people are very gullible.
Right. Be careful what you can get used to.
Yeah.
And once you get hardened into that, you don't want to change. And like of all the prophets of doom, like your George Orwell's and what your I like Aldous Huxley's. I still think it's the most visionary in the sense of if authoritarians, not just in like restricting your political freedom, but restricting the freedom of your soul and feeling like you belong to a community that is here on earth and in heaven. That there is more, that the things we do reverberate into eternity here. How do you make people lose that sense of connection and identity that stretches back thousands of years and in fact stretches back through and all time? A great way to do it is you essentially create a caste system through controlling biology at a certain level. You constantly are drugging people. You constantly are playing to people's baser desires of sex and food, gluttony and sloth and all those classics. And you do it in a way where that's all a person is from the childhood throughout, that's all they know. And a classic thing of that novel in particular, John the Savage, who isn't part of the Brave New World, who gets somehow brought into it, is what is the two things he tends to remember that make him very different than those in the Brave New World? He is always quoting Shakespeare and the Bible. While everybody else is watching Feelies and like this whole idea, everybody belongs to everybody. Why do you need, like devoted monogamous love or anything like that? Why do you know your role, know your position, your caste in society. And there's something about those texts, in particular the Bible, that I don't think AI will ever consume it. I don't. I know the other day you saw Yuval Harari at the World Economic Forum saying that, because generative AI is really good at manipulating text and understanding text and stuff, it will destroy the religions of the book, as he said. It will the best oracle, the best person to give you God's word will be that AI that knows the Old Testament and the New Testament and the Quran and all. And I was like, he is so wrong on such a deep level.
Didn't they just, an AI report come out after analyzing the Bible that AI pretty much concluded that it was written by God?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you can get it you can prompt it and essentially lead it. And AI, again, is a mirror. in many ways, a very complicated mirror. You can prompt it, and that's what people need to understand is a lot of folks are too much being led by it instead of using it as a tool that you lead. Don't let it do your thinking, your writing, anything for you too much.
They analyze, from what I understand, analyze weird stuff like the ballots and the words, stuff like that. And AI concluded, this is ordained by God.
Oh, yeah. But the idea that the Word of God, as found in particular in the Bible, can be reduced down to words on a page or to text figures that AI computes through multiple iterations and, it's testing of probabilities, what's the next possible word or letter. I think, I believe it's Hebrews 4:12, the Word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword.
Oh, I just meant as far as AI technically destroying religion. It seems like AI is actually kind of embracing it a little bit.
Some AI.
Okay.
But again, I think there's this blind spot of the technologists that everything can be reduced down into bits, everything can be reduced down into atoms, because God's Word is something that is living and active still to this day, that will cut you down to the heart. What the rest of Hebrews 4:12 is sharper than any two-edged sword, cutting, rending, dividing to the division of soul and spirit, joint and marrow, and can judge, can know, can discern all the thoughts and intentions of your heart. And when you understand that it's not just words on a page, but this is something living and active, that the Word became flesh, no robot that is a copy of a copy of a copy of human intellect, not even as good as an angel or a demon, which are pure intellect, it will never be able to actually actively understand that. Now, do I think AI is immediately just inherently evil? No. I think, to your point, it can be oriented in ways where you actually have that sense that there are things deeper that can't just be reduced down to bits, to atoms, to the material, to just stuff. But when people start to remember that the Word is this living and active thing, who knows what's possible? And I think the tricks of technology, as cool as they are, in a second we'll get to the Artemis launch, and you have 4 human beings on their way back to the moon. Apparently the toilet didn't work for a second.
That's what somebody else told me.
But even that, when you start to understand the living and active nature, the enduring nature of the Word of God, like all these tricks that we pull off pale in comparison. Like it's unfathomable how we don't compare. So, we'll see. I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but it's been on my mind and on my heart for a while now that there was something very creepy about Yuval Harari saying AI will be your new prophet. And I'm like, no, man, like,
I don't see that.
Reject that fully.
Yeah.
100%.
What culture do you think AI kind of adopts? I mean, is it going to be individual corporate culture based on the AI models themselves, or do you think it's more representative of the learned language from individual pockets of people?
A little bit of both. I think the training equipment, like ChatGPT, gives me the creeps. Like from interacting with these things, like Gemini's, Google's thing is like pretty straight up. It's like you ask certain cultural, political questions, it's got a bias. ChatGPT not only has a bias, but it's creepy. It is very suggestive. It wants to lead you. What my experience with the Grok's very freewheeling. It'll kind of go where you want to take it.
But I think that's more Elon's corporate model.
Yes, it is.
So I think it probably
he said it as maximum truth seeking is the way he put it. Now it's created problems.
It's more on the corporate culture side than the individual pockets.
So it's going to be fascinating to watch all this unfold. But I find that the technologists are not the people that we should trust, and especially this being Holy Week. Read the Gospels this evening about the beginning of the Paschal Mystery, the Last Supper. Understand what is happening in that moment, and that this is something fulfilled that stretches back thousands of years. Again, words like hymns and words that are sung for the Seder, for the Passover meal, after Moses, are then sung there at that Last Supper. And when you start to see all the connections, and echoes and ripples through time. You're like, there's no human being who made this. And at the end of the day, the words on the page are for us to try to seek him, the hidden God, who nothing in our hearts is hidden to him. You know, I was meditating on it yesterday. St. Augustine. You were with me and I was not with you. But in every step of my life, as I was skipping and jumping to the beautiful things, I didn't act like you were around at all, but you were with me every step of the way. And so when God is hidden, it's like you are a kid with your eyes closed and you think nobody can see you because you have your eyes closed.
Right.
You just open them and you seek something that's deeper than what you could ever do. I think we'll be all right. Now, is it going to be messy?
A little bit.
They're calling me a king. Anyway, back to Palm Sunday. They welcomed him like a king. Anyway, we'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The risk of a few random pop-up storms will continue in the forecast well into the evening hours tonight before they end. Very mild overnight with the low temperature down to the low 60s again. I think we'll be in the middle 80s on Good Friday. In fact, mid-80s continue on Saturday. Perhaps some widely scattered storms by Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Then over the Easter weekend, a line of scattered showers and storms will be along a frontal system that'll be moving through. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with radar and future radar. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Oh, TS. Where did TS go?
Darn it. I want to talk to her about pies. Oh, maybe she's back.
Not to say, where'd you go, TS? Anyway. Welcome back to the program, 272-9228. If you want to get in on the conversation. We got her back?
We got her back on one.
Let's go to TS. Hey, TS.
How you doing, TS?
Hey, hang on a minute. Joey,
Hi.
did you go out and look at the full moon last night?
I did.
I didn't.
Hey,
I have to
Eddie,
admit.
what color was it?
It was pretty cloudy when I saw it, but I didn't notice. I honestly did not notice much pink hue at all.
Well, I was out there at like 1:15, and I'm like, maybe you need to get your glasses on.
Yeah.
So we came. Anyway, I tried to imagine that there was a pink hue around it, you know?
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of
Just
rain,
for-
so mostly clouds where I was at.
No, that's why you had to go out in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
Billy.
I should have done that.
I was asleep.
Yeah. You want me to call you and wake you up?
No, I wouldn't
next
have been. You could have called me. We'd have talked all night.
Yeah, I went to bed at 9:45.
Oh, hell no. I mean, oh, golly, gee, no. Excuse me, I shouldn't have said Hades. Joey, stop, you guys. Happy, Lottie, what's it called? Lottie Thursday?
Monday, Thursday, or Holy Thursday.
No, Lottie, the Holy Week name for Thursday.
Monday, Thursday.
What?
I think it's Maundy.
Thursday? Okay, I've got to work on that. I want to thank you for being so strong and for being so Christian oriented in what you're talking about today, because there's a lot of news talk people that wouldn't stand their ground like you do. And it makes me love you even more.
Well, I think I'll just being honest back at you.
know,
Even
but-
before I've had this change, I think one of the thing I've always wanted to work on is my cowardice, and I think it would be cowardly and wrong to fear the reaction of men than to fear God.
It's not really a change, Joey. It was always in you.
I agree.
It just had to come back out again, per se.
No, I agree. I was like that little kid who had his eyes shut, thinking nobody else could see me because I couldn't see them. But he was there always.
Okay, so when are you Easter egg hunting?
I'm not doing that. I am slaying the fatted calf. I'm gonna get some big old steaks. It's my responsibility to cook the meat, and then my priest uncle is bringing dessert, and my uncle and aunt are bringing sides. I think twice baked potatoes
Nice.
and some sort of potato
Oh,
casserole.
Lord, when is this Catholic thing going on? Saturday or Sunday?
This is just our family having a meal for Easter on Sunday.
I'm just messing with you. Okay. Oh, thank you, Eddie, or whoever just snickered. What?
Wait, you don't want to eat good food on Sundays? Is that what I was about to say?
I think she wanted an invitation.
What? Okay. No, I don't need an invitation. I just love you guys, and I had to mess with you a little bit because I'm not going to mess with you. Oh, wait. Are you guys on live Friday?
No.
Nope. We'll be on Greg's show.
Okay. But you're going to be on Greg's show.
Yeah, I'll be hosting Greg's show. It'll be me and Pamela and Sky Mosley on Friday.
And the show I did Monday with
Lord.
Troy will be the replay for tomorrow.
Good deal.
Okay. And Sky's already taking requests for music.
Yes, he is.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
All right. I didn't mean to take up so much time, but happy Easter ahead of time, and
Happy
I love
Easter.
you guys more.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Too.
Bye.
See you, TS.
Let's go to Papa B. Hey, Papa B.
What up, Papa B?
Hey guys, Opus Day.
How are you?
Opus Day. Do you know what that means?
No, I don't. I wouldn't know the response to that.
Well, you just say Opus Day back, I think.
Okay.
I think, from what I understand, it means work of God.
Okay.
And it's just a way of, like, reminder, hey, every day we are doing God's work. And you have
amen to that.
a reminder to each other as Christians that, that's our primary responsibility all through the day.
Amen.
But anyway, Dan, you say it all the time. And I had to look it up. What does that mean even? I say it back because I've heard it before. But
all these Anglicans and these Catholics and even these Lutherans with all that Latin they spit. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. Oh, I like it. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's sometimes if you hear old hymns, by the way, I've been listening to more of that like classic chant, especially stuff Aquinas would write. Even if I don't understand it, like some of those old hymns are just straight up, they're beautiful and truly moving.
They really are. As a matter of fact, I have a cousin that is a forester, right? And he was telling me one time, look, when he's down in the woods and it's starting to really get toward twilight, dark even, and he's having to come out of the woods, it gets a little creepy kind of feeling and everything. And I told him, look, I've been there, and that is when I start singing the old hymns very loudly.
Not a bad idea.
That's a great idea.
And it runs any kind of demonic, evil spirit, or even animals that might not have your best interest in mind off.
Amen.
So, but anyway, happy Good Friday Eve to you guys.
You too.
I was gonna just mention this birthright citizenship thing real quick.
Yep.
I know we're, that's maybe veering away from y'all's topics and everything, but whatever. I don't care anymore. I tell you, first of all, the Supreme Court, when they issue their rulings and everything, why can't they just say yes or no? Why do they have to go into all of this crazy word salad thing about what they're thinking? It's almost cryptic, if you've noticed, the way they answer and decide bring down their decisions. It's almost like Yoda speak. But backwards we must talk. Or understand this, that's not.
Good point.
Why don't you just say, okay, I agree with it, and here's why. I'll just skip the rest of why. Or I don't agree with it, and I'll skip the rest of that. But anyway, the other thing is, on this argument, I'm telling you, I think I could have done a better job than the guy that was arguing for or against the birthright citizenship on, President Trump's behalf. I think that was about as ham-handed a thing as I've ever seen. When you're before the Supreme Court, you're not even freaking prepared for questions that might arise, like, well, what about Indian citizenship? And I mean, the obvious answer is, in that 14th Amendment, it's the whole question is persons under the jurisdiction of the United States.
Yes.
Well, are illegals under the jurisdiction? The obvious answer is no, they're not. They're under another country. They're here illegally. But, Gorsuch, being captain and king of that particular type of argument, said, well, what about the Indian? And, the guy didn't even know what to say. Well, that language had been in there already, and here's the way to answer it. You say, well, I'm glad you asked that question, Justice, because the Congress had to make special exceptions for the Indian. And the point is, if the Congress wanted to make special exception for the illegals, they would. It's not up to the court. It's up to the Congress. But the Congress has not made any special exception for the illegals. Therefore, you're off the hook, and so is everybody else. So, it's just stuff like that just drives me crazy when I hear this. This is like, I get into it. I'm kind of a novice when it comes to listening to courts and arguments and stuff like that. But anyway, what do you think about that, Joey?
No,
Did y'all think he was prepared?
No, I don't think he was. And I think this was in a way, this executive order was a bit of a Hail Mary pass.
Yeah, it is.
And you're going to need the legislature to really clarify it, because it's all going to hinge on the precedent of the language and how it was understood. You've noticed that in the arguments what the justices kept bringing up. And, Alito kept appealing to Scalia. And what's the guy's name? Roche, who was the Solicitor General Rosh.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that his voice is like this.
That's why I went with Rosh.
It's like his Funkhauser before the Supreme Court.
I want to tell you a joke, Jerry.
I can't say anything because that's what I sound like right now. But yeah, you're right. And so, I mean, I think, people like Brett Kavanaugh, they're looking for a way to support it. But unless you really grab his head, grab the two ears on his head, and point his eyes toward obvious facts, he's not going to look at it. He's going to just blindly say, well, the court said before, in that other case, so therefore I'm going to stick with that. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Kavanaugh is much more precedent. We'll see. The court, as you started with, it's also beyond me at sometimes. Like, it is Yoda speak, Jedi speak, whatever it is. It's like Latin at church sometimes. So
it's almost like they don't want you to understand what they're saying. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Go to church, everybody. You need to take, just like you need to take a bath every day. You need to get in the Bible every day. But for heaven's sakes, at least take a bath once a week for everybody's sake. But if you can't do that, at least go to church twice a year, and that is Easter and Christmas. Right?
Amen.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
See you, Papa B.
Thanks, Papa B. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. This part of the program. In fact, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon are ready to help you out. How are they going to help you out? Well, maybe you're looking to buy a place.
Could be.
Buy a house.
Spring
Could
buying
be
season.
The family's growing.
Yep.
It's like there's no way
Outgrowing
we're
the house
packing
you're in.
these 4 kids into this one little room.
Yep.
Or it could be, sadly, tragically, divorce.
Could be divorce, or it could be just time to downsize. The kids have left, you're empty nesters, and y'all are tired of looking at 4,000 square feet of emptiness.
So they can help you get in the right position to buy that brand new home. Of course, it all starts with pre-approval, right?
That's right. That's the best way to do it, Joey.
What happens if you skip pre-approval, Eddie?
This is what generally happens. You're very excited, and your realtor will tell you, please get it done. And they're like, well, okay. And then they see the house they love, and you say, have you got that pre-approval? No, but just go ahead and write it up. I'll get it. And then the realtor usually ends up calling them back going, hey, they took another offer because yours did not come with a pre-approval letter.
Dadgum.
Yep. Happens
That's
more often than not. Yep.
And, of course, they can also help you with a great refinance deal. If you're looking for money, well, a lot of folks are sitting on high levels of equity these days. So it could be you want to reinvest in your property.
Yeah.
Maybe you're about to put it on the market. You want to reinvest, kind of up that value.
That's a good idea. Want to do some painting, maybe some repairs?
Yeah. It could be you're looking for that big trip you always wanted to go on. You and the wife have always talked about going and seeing the world. And
make it all-inclusive.
I was thinking more Rome.
Yeah, okay. Well,
or like Jerusalem or
Athens,
Ephesus, maybe. Well, you lived in Turkey. Yeah, you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever your goals, the kids are going off to a new city, college, you want to help them out in that way.
Exactly.
They can help you with a great refinance deal there at Alabama Home Mortgage. Just call them up today, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Like Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been ousted from the Justice Department. In announcing the firing of Bondi, President Trump described her as a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as Attorney General. He praised her work and said that she will be transitioning to a new job in the private sector. Despite his positive comments, the president was unhappy with Bondi's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Writing on social media, the president said Bondi's deputy Todd Blanche will step in to serve as acting attorney general. In an address to the nation last night, the president says things are going very well in the war against Iran. He also predicted that U.S. troops will be done with their mission there in what he called a very short time, but he was not more specific. On Wall Street, reaction has not been great today, but not terribly bad. The Dow is off 175, the Nasdaq down 64. This is SRN News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-0141.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For tough, good-looking roofs, it's Tamco Shingles from Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For great folks and great prices, call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. After another warm, early April day, it looks like we're going to be watching the radar for a few spotty storms tonight in the early evening hours. Good luck on your rain chances. They'll fade out later. Overnight low 62. Tomorrow, another very warm day. In fact, I think we'll be in the middle 80s tomorrow on Good Friday and also on Saturday as well. There will be a sun and cloud mix again, and for some lucky towns, some random spotty pop-up storms here and there in the afternoon and evening hours both days. I think the better rain chances hold off to the pre-dawn hours of Easter Sunday into the middle of the day, where there could be a few stronger storms. Then a big cool-off with a high only in the low 70s and into the 40s on Sunday night. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
1819 News.
A bill is now headed to Governor Ivey's desk for signature into law. The Power to the People Act was introduced into the state Senate by State Senator Clyde Chambliss. It would expand the Public Service Commission from 3 seats to 7, which would be aligned with Alabama's congressional districts. All 7 members would then be elected to 6-year terms starting in 2028. Until then, those PSC members would be appointed by the governor. The bill also creates a Secretary of Energy who serves within the governor's cabinet. And it puts a freeze on any rate increase in energy for the next 3 years until a majority of the board is elected and seated. State Representative Mac Butler did not agree with the amendments that were submitted in the state Senate and sought to have the House not concur with those changes. However, Butler's motion was tabled with a 68-31 vote. Butler says that the bill doesn't provide real relief to Alabamians and pointed out that the Southern Company, which is the umbrella company to Alabama Power, serves the state of Georgia, which has double the population of Alabama, and yet Alabamians pay for 33% of the company's profit in energy. Butler says this disproportion tells you that there is a problem. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
A lumber company is going to invest in a new continuous dry kiln in Mobile County. Canfor Southern Pine Incorporated will be investing $10.5 million to add on this new way of drying lumber. Construction on the kiln will begin this month and be completed by the summer. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury. please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This is Jennifer Pestricelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. If you're an experienced sales professional ready for more opportunity, more income potential, and more control over your own success, we should talk. At Blue Water, you'll work with local business owners to develop strategic marketing campaigns across 7 radio stations and a growing digital platform, including social, streaming, and targeted advertising. Outside sales experience is required. Media or digital experience is a plus. If you're ready for a career move that rewards performance, send us your resume today. BlueWaterBroadcasting.com.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Okay, welcome back. In a second, I guess we could get to the Artemis flight. Other than, essentially, it's amazing always to watch that massive of a rocket take off.
Pretty cool.
First time in 50-something years, you're actually sending American astronauts to the moon. Like, just really cool to see, like, the backstories of these astronauts and, like, the talk about the courage to sit there for hours and wait. And then as that countdown, it's going past 10 minutes, going past 5 minutes. Okay, we got a 2-minute hold. No, we're going past 2 minutes. We're ready to go. Then completely automated systems. That thing fires off. But then if you're watching this at home, as I did, I was watching live with my grandfather. The person for NASA who had the camera shot, the good HD one, didn't tilt the camera up.
Right.
Don't leave the camera with your grandfather.
There was a couple shots that were very disappointing.
Yes,
at one point it looked like a cell phone.
Because people have gotten used to SpaceX launches where you see almost everything. And like the separation stages, the camera just froze up.
Yeah.
So we're just sitting there looking at a computer model, and even the computer model wasn't working very efficiently. Wasn't elegant to look at. I'm like, come on, guys. But everything else was working well.
Except for the crapper, right?
Yeah, on the Orion, except for the toilet for a while.
So, do they not have a valve? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Do they not have a valve that they can just open and it just go out into space? Don't have to worry about that.
I thought they used their suits.
Well,
you thought they used their suits?
Yeah, they got a bag in there, but I mean, at some point you got to dump it.
Yeah, I thought there was like a latch that you could.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You got a cargo hold. Trash it back.
But it's amazing. There's plenty of write-ups, plenty of content out there if you want to do a deep dive into what the mission is, what they're actually doing up there. But they should be wrapping around the moon before too long here. I'm sure there are going to be some amazing images coming out.
No doubt. But I still wish they would take an everyday sucker and put him in there with those people and then mic him up.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. I mean, he would be the best reality show for that 7 days, I promise you.
But unfortunately, instead of thinking of the moon and like just sailing through the heavens, my mind is very much here on Earth, on Goat Hill.
Oh, babe.
Saw this morning. I know you saw it this morning. I know you saw it. House and Senate send the PSC, the Public Service Commission expansion bill, to Governor Ivey to sign.
You think she's going to sign it, Joey?
Yes.
She's the lady of the people, though, Joey.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, exactly.
But the bill expands the PSC from its current 3 seats to 7 seats elected by the public. Well, but it's going to be a little while before the public will be able to vote on those. I think the first new 4 will be like appointed, I believe. But the Power to the People Act is what it's called.
But of course it is.
By Senator Clyde Chambliss.
Appreciate that, Clyde.
Adds 4 new seats to the commission and requires that all 7 posts be elected by congressional district. To create staggered terms, 4 commissioners would initially be appointed by the governor in July 2026, with 2 serving 2-year terms and 2 serving 4-year terms.
Not confusing at all.
So we're going to put 4 on the governor will put 4 on in 2026. 2 of those will get the 2-year term, 2 of those will get the 4-year term.
Is that statutory or is that based on the governor's?
No, this is like based on what they just passed.
I mean, according to the districts, I mean, is it preset which ones get 2 and 4, or is it at the governor's discretion?
I think that's at the governor's discretion.
Okay.
Commissioners would run for office by congressional district beginning in November of 2028, and upon election serve 6-year terms. A provision in the bill outlaws rate increases for the next 3 years until a majority of the board is elected. But it continues to allow rate reductions to be voted on and implemented at any time.
Well, that's nice.
Think
I'm
that'll
sure they'll
happen?
vote a lot of rate reductions. Come on, man. We're getting screwed again.
The Power to the People Act also creates a new cabinet-level Secretary of Energy, a position recently suggested by Republican gubernatorial candidate U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, who would oversee the commission's administrative functions. The Power to the People Act was amended into a House bill by State Representative Mac Butler in the Senate committee on Tuesday. Due to the changes, the bill no longer includes a rate case hearing, but includes a formal hearing, quote, to examine specific issues relative to the rate-making process and to provide greater transparency and direction to the establishment of base retail rates with testimony provided under oath. So it's like rate case hearing.
You pee on my leg and you tell me it's raining.
It's like diet rate
crap.
case hearing.
It's crap is what it is.
I think Diet Coke's crap, too.
I do too.
Some people like the taste, though.
Yeah, not me. But yeah, you're right.
The hearing could be triggered by a vote of 5 of the 7 commissioners in favor or at the request of the Secretary of Energy. The Senate also approved an amendment by State Senator Roger Smitherman on Wednesday that 2 of the initial appointments are from lists submitted by House and Senate minority leaders.
Oh, they already picked out who they want in there. When will Alabamians ever wake up?
The Alabama House and Senate stood united to reform how utilities are regulated and demand an unprecedented amount of accountability for consumers across the state. In addition to outlawing rate increases for the next 3 years while still allowing rate reductions at any time, the Power to the People Act shines a bright public spotlight on how rates are set. House Speaker Nathaniel Ledbetter and State Senator Pro Tem Garland Gudger said in a joint statement on Wednesday. With this legislation, regulated utilities will be required to publicly testify about their finances under oath with the threat of perjury and justify the rates that they charge their customers. At a time when more than $30 billion in rate increases are pending in states across the country, the legislature took strong action to protect and shield Alabamians from higher rates for the next several years. Moving forward, the expanded commission will have the authority to call formal rate hearings and evaluate Alabama's rates against national and regional averages, which represents a major step towards greater transparency, accountability, and long-term savings for ratepayers across the state. After the amended House bill passed the Senate on Wednesday, Butler motioned for the House to non-concur with the changes. So the guy who wanted the rate case hearings, Mac Butler in the House, said, I don't like this. Instead, Butler's motion was tabled by a 68-31 margin. The House instead voted to concur with the changes by a 72-26 margin. The bill now heads to Governor Kay Ivey for her signature. Mac Butler told reporters on Wednesday he voted against the bill because at the end of the day, this was not a piece of legislation that I could support. We've got to get some relief to the people back home, he added. We're the highest in the region, 3rd highest in the nation, 40% higher than TVA. If you look at the Southern Company, which serves Georgia, which has over double the population of Alabama, Mississippi, and Alabama, we're 16% of the customer base and 33% of the profit. It tells you there's a problem. I know they're a $4.4 billion profit. Alabama accounts for almost $2 billion of that profit. So I really wanted to take a hammer to it. But he got his hammer taken away. Anyway. You okay?
No.
You okay, Byron?
Nothing we can do about it. It's like when the gas man says he's raised the price on gas. Ain't a damn thing I can do. I got to fill it up and go.
I don't think it's not lost on me that the
no damn thing I can do
about it. Damn thing I can do about it.
The level that they structured this is, the congressional model, which you got to have all the money in the world to flip a seat like that.
Yeah, this is how the United States Senate never you have a true wave election because it's 6-year staggered terms, right?
But if it was really going to be more representative of the people, there'd be a few more districts, a little smaller size, so the people could actually possibly impact an election if they needed to. But that's neither here nor there.
One day, man. One day they're going to get theirs.
Anyway, let's go to Boomer T. Hey, Boomer T, how you doing on this great day?
Man, first off, I want to say Happy Easter to you, all three of you, since y'all won't be here tomorrow.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Thank you, brother.
And if you're going out of town, Joey, up there to Carolinas, I hope you be safe on that road up there. But right now, power come down, I don't care about it. Look, I live on a lake up here. I got me a little paddle wheel. I get down there, boy. I get some little young kids around here in the neighborhood. They think it's fun. They ride the hell out of that stuff. I charge up my batteries and stuff. And, I help with the power company, man. That's ways around the power company. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal, man. The moon this morning at 3:20 on the west side this morning, I have a picture of it off my phone. Ain't worth a darn. But it had the pink aura around it, and
nice.
it was a pinker color of the moon, but it was a pinker aura around it. It was around 3:20 this morning, and it was absolutely beautiful out there. And we've been so blessed to have such beautiful moon, and I cannot wait for the astronauts to fly by in the next day or so, and they're gonna come by here, and hope they wave at me, but I'll wave back at them anyway. But, hey, here's the deal. I want y'all to know, everybody out there, God loves you, and God wants to pull for you, and y'all be safe on this Easter Sunday, and you enjoy it. And tomorrow, go get you some fish. You don't have to be a Catholic to get no daggone fish. You go get you some fish, and everybody try to go to church on Sunday. And remember this, if you can live and go through what I've been through the last 8 months, and God still got me, you can go through anything in life that tries to destroy you. And I promise you that, and God is good, and Jesus is right beside me. In Jesus' name I pray. Guys, y'all have a great weekend. Everybody be safe. God bless you, and God bless America, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.
God bless. Indeed. He who has God lacks nothing. 272-9228. Let's go to Charles first. Hey, Charles.
Hey, Joey, Eddie, Byron. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, bud.
I'm gonna go to Gadsden to a church where they help persons that are younger that got incarcerated to try to help make them better to not have to go to prison. That I enjoy going there. But I wanted to tell you some things about the whole Public Service Commission thing going on here.
Okay.
So here's some information. Ledbetter worked up here at Sand Mountain for 31 years at the electric cooperative. Miss Givens, that's a representative, 47 years at the cooperative down there around Baldwin County. Van Smith, 33 years, and Chambliss was paid by Central Electric for several years. The one that's the main one pushing this through, guys. So, and that ain't even counting just the other representatives. You can go to the Alabama Living that Joe Wheeler puts out from March of 2023 on page 26, and you just get a list of how many of our representatives are connected in some kind of way to the power company.
Yeah, they're printing money over
So
there.
that's, just look up all the stuff that I'm telling you. But what they don't really recognize is the AI data centers may not wind up in just a year or two being exactly what they thought, and their profits may not be exactly what's going to happen to be what they think they are. So it may just come back to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, who knows?
So,
we'll see.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what I was wanting to say, and great show, and happy Easter to everybody.
Easter.
Thank you, brother.
Easter. Thanks, Charles.
See you, Charles.
Let's go to Craig. Hey, Craig.
Hey, guys, just a thought. With a PSC or anything that gets regulated, the Southern Company, Spire Gas Company, whatever you get your utilities from. I'm from North Alabama. I think it's too late now, but something through the Ethics Commission to regulate that none of these legislators that vote can receive any PAC funds, any direct contributions. something to stop it, because all this is a money grab, and the pressure's been put on by these large utility companies.
Yep.
Real easy to see.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah, but then they've.
Just a thought.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you,
I
Craig.
think it's a good thought, but man, like, where's the will to change that?
Oh, the problem is the crooks are the ones that got to vote on it, and just like with term limits, that ain't happening.
Man, there's not really much of a will amongst the people, though, either. I mean, how many people on the House side are even actually facing a real challenge? I mean, they're getting a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets a pass, man.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Until
when
the
you
wheels
got
fall off.
less than 20% are actually going to vote, that's all you got to do. You ain't got to win that many people over.
Hey, let's go to the phones and talk to Miss Love. Hey, Miss Love, how are you?
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, Miss Love?
I'm fine. Fine. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
I want to say, repeat what they said. Happy Easter to everyone.
Happy Easter to you.
And I want to say this, please. He came not to a throne, but to a manger.
Amen.
He lived not as a king, but as a servant. He chose not a kingdom, but a cross. He gave not a little, but everything. He loved us. He loved us. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Love.
272-9228. And, you know, you'll hear it again tomorrow, folks. But, you know, what I wrote about this week were the hymns of Holy Week.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many. Of course, you could think of the many servant songs in Isaiah, the Hallel or the Egyptian Psalms, 113 through 118, which were, of course, celebrating the deliverance from Egypt, of slavery out of Egypt with Moses. And they were the hymns sung probably the very Last Supper where Jesus and his disciples sat, as they were in the first century Jewish tradition, sung at the Seder meal. But there's one that really struck me as it's from Philippians. It's Paul's letter to the Philippians. And in pretty much every translation, they're going to set it off where it's kind of, it looks like a poem, but it's thought to be one of the earliest New Covenant Christian hymns.
Okay.
And sometimes when you're just reading the text, you're like, you know, this is a lot with Paul's letters.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you have to really think about what he's saying carefully. So I want to read this again, and I'm going to read it slowly. And please stop me if you're like, well, what does that mean? Who, talking about Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not regard equality with God as something to be exploited, but emptied himself, taking the form of a slave, being born in human likeness, being found in human form, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. Therefore God also highly exalted him and gave him the name that is above every name, so that at the name of Jesus every knee should bend, in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Just wanted to echo, well said, Miss Love. And you hear there in Paul's letter to the Philippians, that early Christian hymn, the same idea. Let's hit a break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Alabama weather will never fail to surprise you. Our lawns hardly get a chance to have any downtime. This year, save the hard work and aggravation and call Alabama Lawns, the River Region's leader in weed control and fertilization services. What makes Alabama Lawns the river region's best? It's the people. They have the experience, education, and commitment to customer satisfaction. Ask your neighbors. Alabama Lawns has been the Montgomery Advertiser's Reader's Choice Award winner 14 years in a row. The Alabama Lawn staff is made up of long-term employees and agronomy graduates, and the staff at Alabama Lawns attend annual continuing education classes. It pays to have someone that knows southern grass types and how to keep them green and flourishing. Call Alabama Lawns today at 272-7171 and let them show you real value in lawn maintenance service. Alabama Lawns, the company with black trucks and green lawns.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here in the River Region, thousands of hardworking folks will be buying a home, some for the first time. How do you know you are buying the right home? It starts with research. A buyer's agent can help you in your search, providing a list of homes you may not be aware of or know about. At the same time, a meeting with a local lender to find out exactly what you qualify for and how much it will cost at closing and monthly. A list of needs and wants provided to your agent will help them locate properties that match those needs. An example would be bedrooms, baths, school zones, floor plan requests will also help. Start shopping and look at homes and compare and make a list of pluses and minuses for each home. Compare them with your agent to narrow the field. After you work out the contract, appraisals and inspections come next, and then the closing. For more details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. That's 221-2883.
For many homeowners, there's untapped reserves hiding in plain sight. It's not in the savings account. It's not in the stock market. It's right under your roof. Now more than ever, homeowners are sitting on record levels of home equity, and that equity belongs to you. It can be used to consolidate high-interest credit card debt, to pay expensive school tuition, to cover medical expenses, to invest in renovations, you name it, because that money is yours. This isn't about taking on unnecessary debt. It's about using an asset you already own to improve your financial position and your quality of life. The key is understanding your options and choosing the strategy that fits your goals. Let's see what's possible with the equity in your home. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. And there at Pest Pro, Ashley and that great team are ready to help you out with any and all your pest control needs. Could be you just need a great company to do basic pest control services for you. Get signed up with Pest Pro. They have this monthly subscription model that allows you to control cost over the year, very reasonably priced. I'm pretty certain most of y'all are spending more on streaming services you don't even watch. So why not go with a great local company, a wonderful success story coming out of the dog days of the pandemic. And Ashley's built a great team, great business there. And, of course, you can add on top of that basic service things like termite inspection and protection, mosquito protection, get rid of those mosquitoes that are already starting to bedevil people all across the river region. They can do it all there at Pest Pro Services. So check them out today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. They're always throwing fun, interesting stuff up there. Very active Facebook page. Or you can just call them direct, 265-9990, It's 265-9990. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you. When you want to know, call a pro. That's Pest Pro Services. Great sponsor here of the program. 272-9228. I was actually stalling there for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Had a little other show action going on.
Okay, everything okay, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
People expressing their opinion about. I'll ask you. Some people don't want to ask, but I'll ask. Can you give me the correlation between the Easter Bunny and eggs and
I have
Easter?
no idea.
I don't even know how those two ever came together. Kind of like the Santa Claus and Christmas. I don't know how.
This is one of those times where you should ask the AI.
Maybe. I don't know. But that's just seemed somebody else's idea.
I can tell you, Santa.
Please tell me.
Santa's Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Straight
that's
up.
right. So who brought the Easter Bunny? Was that the candy people?
Wouldn't be shocked.
Right. Palmer or something like that, I think is the name of them. Just curious. I had no idea. And the hiding of the eggs and that, and that's what we were talking about. And
I'm asking Grok.
Okay.
And I hit it to say, think harder. Like, use this. It's now got this multi-agent thing where, like, 4 different instances of it will all do it and then converge and talk to one another and then give you your final answer.
So 4 different Indias in India?
Yeah. Man, that's up there with a Johnny Quest episode. Like,
just curious,
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I grew up with
I grew up with
people
it
doing
too,
that.
so I never knew. The Easter baskets, where did that come from?
Okay. The Easter Bunny and Easter eggs are 2 of the most recognizable symbols of Easter, but neither appears in the Bible or the core Christian story. Yeah. Instead, they evolved from a mix of ancient spring fertility symbolism, medieval Christian practices, especially around Lent and fasting, and specific folk traditions that spread from Europe to America. So, of course, eggs have long represented new life, fertility, rebirth across many cultures. Ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Persians, and others used them in spring rituals for these reasons. In early Christianity, as far back as the 3rd century in Mesopotamia, Christians began dyeing eggs, often red to symbolize the blood of Christ, and using them as a symbol of the resurrection. The hard shell represented Christ's tomb, and cracking it open represented his emergence to new life. A more practical Christian driver emerged in medieval Europe. Eggs were among the foods forbidden during the 40-day Lent fast, which banned meat, dairy, and often eggs in many denominations. People saved eggs during Lent and then decorated, blessed, and feasted on them on Easter Sunday to mark the end of fasting and the joy of resurrection. By the 13th century, records show decorated eggs being given as gifts, and the custom of dyeing and exchanging them was well established in churches and homes. Over time, this led to egg hunts, egg rolling, and elaborate decorations, like the famous ones found in Eastern Europe. In some Orthodox traditions, eggs are still dyed red and cracked together in games symbolizing the breaking of the tomb. Now, the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny is more accurately an Easter hare. Osterhas in German.
What was that one more time?
Osterhas.
I like that.
Right, or is it Osterhase?
I think it's a Haas.
Osterhase.
I'm going with the Haas.
Osterhas.
Yes.
Hares and rabbits have been symbols of fertility and renewal for millennia because of their rapid breeding and springtime activity.
I thought that.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Prehistoric evidence from Neolithic Europe shows hares, Osterhas, given ritual burials with humans, suggesting they represented rebirth. In ancient Britain, hares were so sacred they weren't eaten.
Oh, wow.
Noted by Julius Caesar in 51 BC. Classical Greeks linked them to Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and they appear in medieval Christian art too, sometimes symbolizing purity or even the Virgin Mary. The specific tradition of an egg-laying hare.
Yeah, that's the question.
Bringing gifts to children originated in German Lutheran folklore. Fascinating. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the earliest clear reference appears in a 1572 German text, and the first detailed account is in physician George Frank von Frankenau's 1682 book De Ovis Pascal Bus, which is translated about Easter eggs.
Something about boot.
Bus. It's B-U-S, bus. It describes a folk belief that an Easter hare, Osterhas, would lay colorful eggs in gardens or bushes for well-behaved children to find. The hare was sometimes portrayed as a judge of children's behavior.
Santa Claus.
Much like Santa Claus.
Yep.
Kids would make nests from caps or bonnets for the hare to fill. Some scholars, including folklorist Jacob Grimm in 1835, linked this to pre-Christian Germanic spring festivals honoring a goddess called Ostra, mentioned by the 8th century monk Bede, St. Bede, as giving her name to the month of April. A pagan spring festival in her honor may have been absorbed into Christian Easter, and hares were possibly her symbol. However, direct evidence tying Oster specifically to hares or eggs is limited and later speculation. Protestant German immigrants brought the Osterhase to America in 1700s, settling in Pennsylvania Dutch territory. Children built nests for the Osterhase to leave eggs.
So that'd be the basket.
Yep. The tradition gradually spread across the U.S., evolving in the 19th century. Nests became Easter baskets, and the hare became a cute bunny, and gifts expanded to chocolate, candy, and toys. By the late 1800s, it was a nationwide custom, even appearing in the White House Easter egg roll. Wow, that's that far back. So the hare and eggs combine naturally because both symbolize spring renewal and fertility. In German folklore, the hare simply delivered the already symbolic Easter eggs. Over centuries, these pre-Christian spring motifs blended with Christian resurrection themes, creating the joyful, family-friendly traditions we know today. The result is a holiday that celebrates both religious rebirth and the arrival of spring without any direct biblical basis for the bunny or the eggs themselves. Fascinating.
How do we get ham? Because that's one of my favorite parts of Easter is the ham.
Really, ham?
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think when I lived, we did like chicken and turkey and things when we lived in other places. Only in Alabama we done a ham. But yeah.
Ham, baby.
Ham. And not the spiral cut. Those are good, but during Easter, I just like the big ham where I cut off big chunks and then make beans.
You ever suck on the ham bone?
No, but I do boil it and make some beans with it.
I heard 2 other dudes talking about how much the price of ham had gone up, and they
crap,
were
don't tell me
complaining.
that.
Yeah, like 9-pound ham was, I think, like 115.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, who asked that question?
A friend of ours, truck driving friend of ours.
Oh, okay. Well, good question.
It was a really good question.
Got me to do my job.
Well, the rabbit part I don't get. The eggs make sense. I can make sense of the tradition. I don't understand the rabbit. I don't.
If you think about it from German beer, it makes all the sense
Is
in the world.
that what I need?
A
Okay.
bunch of drunk Germans running around.
Just how did the rabbit steal an egg? I mean, he didn't have the egg.
He's bringing eggs.
But he stole it from somebody.
And unless you're bad, then he...
Yeah, does he bring you coal?
I don't know what he brings you.
I always got eggs, so it must have been pretty good. In coloring books.
Yeah, I haven't done the Easter egg thing in a while, obviously, because I don't have kids and
Great
stuff.
with kids. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, but I
hiding
remember
of the eggs.
decorating them as a kid and stuff.
That part I was never crazy about. I like the hiding of the eggs, but the best part was like 3 days later when we would still find some eggs in the yard. And sometimes there'd be money in it, and it's before your time. Used to, guys, pantyhose came in an egg container. They were called legs. And a lot of people used those eggs as the golden egg to go hide for Easter.
Oh.
You guys probably didn't know that, huh?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
We learn something new every day.
Yes, very true, very true.
Anyway, we got to hit another break. First, this part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. And there's another video up there if you go to Dillon Rings' Facebook page. And it's really, really cool to see, folks. If you want to see firsthand the behind-the-bench magic there at Dillon Rings, you can watch Josh the jeweler bring a crucifix back to life. So it looks like it was just snapped in two, like with a jagged edge, and you're seeing a close-up video of him putting it back together. He's using, carefully welding the top back onto the cross using a laser welder and fine gold wire. Precision, patience, and a whole lot of love go into every repair they do there at Dillon Rings. And whether it's a family heirloom, a meaningful piece that needs fixing, or a custom creation, they can create every item like it's their very own. So if you do have something that's broken, especially something that means a lot to you, it could be you don't want to, you've had that crucifix necklace for a long time, and to see it brought back to life, so to speak, well, this is the sort of magic they can do there. Repairs, custom design work, spa treatments to freshen up something that maybe you've been wearing for a long, long time that you'd like to shine and shimmer like it's brand new again. They can help you there at Dillon Rings. Just stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you. Let's go to, you said Jack?
Jack. He's got an Easter rhyme for us.
Hey, Jack, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, do you know why the Easter Bunny hides his eggs?
Why?
I do now.
He don't want anybody to know he's been having sex with a chicken.
Happy Easter, Jack.
That's great.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Literally just got that text. Literally.
Well, nothing would surprise me these days.
Well, I already had a call about some goats earlier.
God bless these listeners, truly. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
If you own a home and need cash, you can unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-407-7095. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-407-7095. That's 888-407-7095. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-407-7095 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-407-7095.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of the good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
I'm Brett Lanham from Benjamin Moore New Look, and we couldn't have imagined how easy, affordable, and flexible advertising on the radio could be. It has been near effortless on our part. You could say our last 2 years have been the best in 10 because of a skyrocketing GDP. I say it's owed to Blue Water Broadcasting and their advertising staff.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. After another warm, early April day, it looks like we're going to be watching the radar for a few spotty storms tonight in the early evening hours. Good luck on your rain chances. They'll fade out later. Overnight low 62. Tomorrow, another very warm day. In fact, I think we'll be in the middle 80s tomorrow on Good Friday and also on Saturday as well. There will be a sun and cloud mix again, and for some lucky towns, some random spotty pop-up storms here and there in the afternoon and evening hours both days. I think the better rain chances hold off to the pre-dawn hours of Easter Sunday into the middle of the day, where there could be a few stronger storms. Then a big cool-off with a high only in the low 70s and into the 40s on Sunday night. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. That little ditty there goes out to my sweet niece Lucy. I'll come up with lyrics, maybe for a little lullaby.
Cute. Very cute.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Neil.
Hey, Neil. How you doing, bud?
Well, I'm doing great. You guys all right today?
Yeah,
so far,
doing
so
well.
good.
Well, listen, I haven't really heard anybody mention this particular thing about Iran, and I don't know enough about it to know exactly how I feel about it, but it sounds great for Trump to say we're going to bomb these guys back into the Stone Ages and all this kind of thing, but my question is, who is going to come in after we've bombed them back to the Stone Ages and all those innocent people over there that are going to be without power, water, food, whatever? I got a feeling that we're going to be footing the bill for that too. And I just wondered what you guys thought about that.
No, it's how I feel about that, and I hope it does not come to bombing major civilian infrastructure. That it just, I don't know. I get that it's part of strategies of war to make the enemy cry uncle, but it just seems just deeply wrong.
Well, and I hope it doesn't come to that as well. But you know, I'm not so sure that they're going to cry uncle until you do something like that. But I sure hope they don't. But I got a feeling that we'll be the ones holding the bag for. I mean, we can't just let all those folks starve to death and die of thirst or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We do those desalinization plants and knock out their power and all that. You know, that's taking them back to the Stone Age is going to be. It's really going to be a bad thing.
Yeah, and well, and think about it. There's a reason Trump's held off. He knows the consequences. He probably knows better than anybody else, and I can't imagine again, more decisions he's going to have to make.
Right. Well, I hadn't heard anybody commenting on that. I thought I'd throw that out there.
Well, thank you, Neil. Good hearing from you.
Same here. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Neil.
272-9228. Again, 334-272-9228. So, yeah. PSC's expanded. We got 4 people on a rocket to the moon right now.
Transgender goats.
We got somebody's starting a small business with transgender goats. I still don't really understand what that is, but fair enough.
It's a goat that's transgender.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassed Easter bunnies.
We learned why the Easter bunnies are a little embarrassed. We learned that as well. Oh,
Pam's gone.
Pam Bondi's been fired. Yeah, no longer Attorney General.
Long Easter with the fam.
Yeah. And Trump, essentially, there's some saying the last straw for Trump was that she tipped off Eric Swalwell about something, which, like, played nice, too nice with,
Rep.
Swalwell Fang Fang Fang? Fang Fang Fang?
I thought he was, is it not Rep?
Yeah, he's a representative.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's the one who slept with the Chinese spy. Fang Fang.
The one that we know about.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of them that are doing something like that. For better or for worse. Who do we got on here?
On one, we got Governor.
The governor?
Ivey, yeah.
Governor Ivey. Hello.
Hi, this is Kate Ivey.
Hi. How are you?
How you doing? How you doing, Sugar?
I'm doing quite well. Are you doing all right after these last few days?
Yeah.
Well, see, Joey, there is a famous quotation that the untimely time of my demise has been greatly over-exaggerated. You can't keep the Camden Queen down, Sugar. Now, there was talk about some liquid buildup on some of my side, Sugar.
That's what we heard.
Well, what had happened, see, I have two different doctors. And the one that the state sends me, I don't like him. I like where I go get my medicine over in Wilcox, Alabama. It comes in a mason jar, and it's pretty it's like clear, and it makes you clear your throat a little bit, Sugar. And sometimes it might build up a little bit over there on that right side, where the liver is. We had to go drink some. We drank some cranberry juice, and we get some of the beet juice. It's a beautiful recipe. You take some organic beet and make you some caviar with that. Oh, Sugar. You put a little vodka in that caviar, it really tastes good, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I just want to let you know, my little fireman, we are still on for this weekend, so get your dancing shoes on, and I will be out, and we are going to hit the dance floor come this evening. All right?
All right. Good to hear from you guys.
Actually, it's tomorrow night, Sugar. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you later. Be sweet.
Later, Governor.
That poor doctor.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. With over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. In a second, we'll be talking to Ray Bowles of Prattville Carpet. First, let's go to Uncle Ron. Hey, Uncle Ron, how you doing?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good.
I was laughing so hard at the governor there, I near about forgot what I was calling about.
Yeah, my head hurts.
Neil, the caller just before her, was talking about, who's going to pay for all that. And it made a little idea pop in my head, and sometimes those ideas ain't too good. But I don't know, this one seems like it might be good. I don't know if it'd work, but I think we need to get an invoice and send it to all these countries who won't come over there and help free up the Suez Canal, the Strait of Hormuz, and send them a bill for rebuilding the infrastructure and all. If we have to do that, I sure hope we don't. You know, that's terrible on the civilian population there, but you know, just send them a bill and say, hey, look, you lightweight panty waist. This is what y'all didn't do. This is what you're going to do. Well, we're going to bomb you next. No, we wouldn't say that, but just, you know, it's a shame that America's got to do it all by herself.
Yeah, and I think the administration's on the same wavelength with you in many ways, and they're trying to figure out some way to twist the arm of the Europeans in particular.
Well, I love the fact they're at least calling them out.
Yeah.
I mean, is it not going to be the Chinese? You know, are the Chinese not going to be the ones to go in there and rebuild it?
Probably.
Sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade.
Yep.
You know, and play the cards.
That's right.
So, you know, I'm behind him for what he's doing because I sure don't want those knuckleheads to have a nuke.
Right.
And or even just ballistic missiles that can reach us or any of our friendlies. You know.
Here. Well, and I just keep hoping and praying that it ends soon and it'll be a lasting peace. Even if China's got to rebuild it, it's better than having those radical clerics running things.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as China doesn't get the property rights over there or anything, you know, I think that'd be okay. But that's China. My little
totally cool.
Cent and a half worth.
Mobbed up.
Well, thank you, Uncle Ron, and happy Easter.
Hey,
see you, brother.
Happy Resurrection Day to y'all.
Yes,
Amen.
Sir. Thank you.
Let's go to Ray Bowles with Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm good. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, couldn't go back to sleep. And I've got to close tonight. That's like the longest time in the world, between 4 and 5:30. So if y'all stop by the store, come in quietly because I might be asleep. Make yourself at home, look around. Feel free to take samples. I'll have alarm set for 5:30. Make sure I wake up.
Well, Ray, do you get a big old thing of padding? You can just roll it up, make you a nice bed.
Yeah.
I mean, that carpet padding is super soft.
One time I did that one time in the store. I was tired. I said, hey, I'm going to take a 15-minute nap. So I did that. I got a piece of carpet and put it on the floor and snuggled under a display.
Yep.
And when I woke up, there was a lady flipping through the display. And I looked at her and she started screaming. And I started screaming. And, yeah, I didn't do that again.
Lessons learned, Ray.
Dad won't let me take naps in the store now. Hey, but I do have good news. Mark's coming to church on Easter.
Amen.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's awesome. Best news I've heard today.
Yeah.
Yep, I can't wait to see you, Mark. And if y'all need a floor, call us, 285-8117. We'll come up and give you that free measurement. Next thing you know, you got a floor down.
Just that simple, folks. Again, that's 285-8117. And be sure to tell them you heard Ray Bowles on the radio. Happy Easter, Ray.
Happy Easter.
See you, Ray.
Well, out of here. Tomorrow will be a replay. I am taking the day to pray and do several things. Looking forward to that. I probably will be staying up late tonight in prayer. And just appreciate everybody listening. And I hope you all have a great rest of the week. Good luck tomorrow with the happy hour show.
Yeah, we're going to be me and Sky and Pamela Dubois.
Dubuque.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it that way. I like Dubois.
Osterhaus. Y'all stay tuned. Greg's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News.